Bring the local boys out. Bring the local heroes out. Because every track has local heroes, right? Let those guys go on a big stage in front of all the FD guys and just go slay, have fun. But yeah, no, I have a Fab Mac LS3 cranker. I mean, stroker crank.
The C6 that you both are apparently building one.
Allegedly.
You guys are both saying allegedly here.
Like
you
don't already have
No,
cars.
I know.
My Z was $600.
$600 these.
It cost me like $300.
With a blown motor, came with a motor. Turns out that motor had nod rod.
Nod rod.
Oh, see what you did?
My taillights are made of tuck tape. If you zoom into my taillights, they're not lenses. They're tuck tape.
Shift fork broke and fell inside the transmission.
3/4 shift fork, common T56 problem. Wasn't even on track. It was just, and then I was like, this is so dumb. Like if I'm breaking stuff, literally park in the car, like this is dumb. We're done. This season's over.
I would have never been to a Bucky's if it wasn't for drifting.
See, yeah, me neither.
Like, do you know how big of a deal Bucky's is? Like they put up billboards like you're 200 miles from
Yeah,
Buc-ee's.
like 270 miles
Like
away.
you're 5 hours away. just in case you were wondering.
There's
Like,
140 hours of wiring labor in that car.
we were so bad at the sim, we crashed this computer like 3 times.
If you hit the wall a bunch of times, or if you hit any solid object, some of the cones are coated as solid objects, it crashes.
Drifting's cool, but it's not worth ruining the rest of your life for.
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been.
Welcome back to the #1 Drift Podcast on YouTube. I am Future Dawson because I screwed up on the podcast recording. So I'll get into that in a little bit. But I wanted to stop and let you guys know that merch is going away. So I am actually working on some things where I can be a little bit more proud of what I'm selling as far as merch goes. So I'm going to be closing down the store, the online store. So if any of you guys do want to get some of the merch while it's still there, I'm not 100% sure when I'll have merch back. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and close shop because it's too much for me to deal with at the moment. And I really would rather just focus on the podcast and making sure I'm creating better content for you guys rather than worrying about merch designs that I'm not even really proud of, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But this is a pretty good podcast, so let's go ahead and get into it. Roll the clip. All right. So, I guess... Damn, this sucks.
Let's go introductions again, I guess.
You gotta say what happened or something.
All right,
like-
yeah, let's say it. Fuck
Yeah.
it. So we just recorded about about 45
an
minutes. It was almost an hour of the podcast. And turns out the audio recorder was not on. So here we go for round 2.
Do we double check it's on?
It's on. We're good.
Wow.
All right. So anyways, rookie moves, whatever. It's only the 57th episode or something like that. I shouldn't have it down by now or anything.
With the Canadians.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the Canadian energy is fucking me up.
Or it's just too chill and you're just vibing out right now, and that's it.
We'll go with that. All right. Anyways, so I guess give me a rundown on who you guys are and where you came from. You know, how you got into drifting, stuff like that.
Well, we came from Great White North. We're both Canadian. My name's Josh Gumby. I'm the owner of Fab Mac Industries. And yeah, we build drift cars, drag cars, do chassis work, wiring, engines, the whole shebang now.
All of
So,
it.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm Andrew Shorkey. I drive the Misfits Drift Corvette with the Fab Mac engine. Yeah.
Say it. Okay. And they know you,
Yep.
but go ahead and give
Wesley
the rundown.
Cloud, back for the 3rd time. I drive the Vortex 1 Security and Cloud Motorsports C5 Corvette in Formula Drift Pro-Am and the Riverside Drift Shootout Series. I am back for my 3rd episode. We'll see. I don't remember what my first 2 were. We talked about this earlier. I still
feel
don't remember.
Yeah.
You had an out to find the numbers.
I thought I was gonna remember after that, but no, I'm
You should have looked it
could have
up.
done the
You
research.
should.
Yeah.
You
Should've
could have
looked
looked it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Oh,
be
well.
like the spokesperson.
You had the opportunity.
Yeah, has anybody else been on 3 times?
No,
Ah,
I don't think anyone.
and I should-
well,
Yeah, just a shot.
the only other person to
Yeah.
come on multiple
I should
times
remember.
is Fucking Half Price Hot Boy. I'll say
Kyler
that.
Walker.
Yeah, Kyler.
Half price hot boy. That's a
Yeah,
good.
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah,
was his
that was his,
trademark
like-
that he acquired on here.
That was his
actually.
catchphrase. It was
think
it
it's-
went.
I'm a half price hot boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so being from Canada, tell me about the drift scene up there, how it compares to here, stuff like that. what you hate about it, you know.
We have a good drift scene. We have good drivers.
Yeah, we don't hate it.
Yeah, we do have lots of good drivers up there. It's just not as big, right? We have Shannonville does 5 or 6 drift weekends a year through FDF. Drift Jam's no longer here, but they have CDS, which just came out. They do 4 or 5 events a year, the Canadian Drift Series, which is kind of like a grassroots type comp thing. There's DMCC, but that's way out on the East Coast, 12 hours away. It's not big, right? We have way less people. We have 10 times fewer people than you guys have in the country. Everything's so expensive. Our dollar sucks. Everything, it's so expensive to drift at home. So that's why we come to
just getting there.
Yeah, we come to Tennessee from Canada, or we come to Erie or wherever
Pennsylvania, Michigan, Salem,
New Jersey.
That's so much travel, man.
Yeah, but it's better tracks. Tracks that appreciate drifting. Let's say, you know what I mean? Like who wanted like Erie Speedway, like best drift track ever. They promote drifting. They care about drifting. They want to make drifting bigger. It's like a main part of their business. Whereas a lot of other places, I feel like drifting is way off on the back burner.
Yeah, it's just kind of a side
those
thing.
takeover kids gonna ruin our track, ruin our grass. Like,
that's brutal.
I hate that. That's,
Yeah, it ruins a lot of things for a lot of people. Yeah.
the media calls it drifting, and that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Call it hoonigan, call it idiots. I call it what it is, but
yeah.
I know you're not a big takeover fan.
Oh,
I've seen that
Dude,
enough.
I had a lousy motherfucker comment on one of my videos this morning talking about I'm a takeover guy. What blah 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 blah, and all like how it's totally fine and all that shit.
It's not totally
Dude, I just
fine.
don't how.
I don't understand that
Just talk to me when
mentality
you
at all.
found second or third gear. Then
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
he said the
pull it out
last
of first. Once
in quotes, he said the last person to say something like that to me, I booted him with my quarter panel across the parking lot. I was like, "You're not making your case any better,
Yeah,
dude. What are
yeah.
you talking about?"
That's all I ever see from that kind of stuff either. Is just like these wild, like snappy.
Yeah,
And then like
And
on
dude's
one of
getting
those,
launched.
uncontrolled burnout.
one of those,
Launched.
somebody's getting launched.
Yeah.
See him flip around in like a rag doll in the air.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
God.
you would think that the people would see the same things that I see, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to go to that." But there's always a guy standing there. He hasn't seen the other videos.
They got to do it for the views. They got to get the shot, right? They got to get the shot.
It's the guy that hasn't.
That's
seen the
their
videos.
shot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Jesus
Just
Christ.
gives a bad rap to the whole scene,
Yeah,
too,
it's horrible. Yeah.
right?
Are takeovers bad in Canada at all? Does that really even happen there?
I don't think that we've ever had a
Not to that scale.
Yeah.
like I
They've
remember
had a
maybe
couple
one
try.
time they've closed the highway down once or twice to do some donut stuff, but it's not like every weekend we see on the news like intersection shut down for drifting, stuff like that.
we're pathetic.
Yeah. No, the closest thing I think we had to that, we had one event at Too Fast. But that's their own private parking lot, where it's kind of like that vibe.
Yeah.
Where
But it was
just-
all on
been to
private
those.
property.
But it was fenced off. People couldn't come in, but it felt like that was the closest thing we ever had to, because that was no drift track. It was just do something cool, make a bunch of tire smoke, and there's people all around you, but behind
It's just
fences.
chaos.
But it wasn't shutting down the street. It was in a business's
Yeah, it was like
parking
an
lot.
area
Yeah.
designated for it.
But that's the
Yeah.
closest I can think to it. Like no one could ever get hit in that situation unless you really messed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like
idiots.
the Canadian way.
Yeah.
Everything's just a little softer in Canada. I mean, like even
Yeah.
takeovers. Apparently, takeovers are the softened version.
It's gentle.
Yeah,
It's a gentle.
It's a gentle touch.
It's a gentle nudge. It's a gentle nudge. Persuasion over. It's a.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're just adding to our own stereotypes here.
Oh,
Oh,
speaking of stereotypes, how did Canadians view Americans just in general?
Okay, like I'm not.
I forgot to ask this one.
No, I love this place. Like when I
Yeah.
came down here, I said, Wes, I want to do the most redneck. I made the mistake of saying, Kentucky. I said I want to do the most redneck Kentucky shit ever, and he's like, I'm not from Kentucky.
You what?
I'm from Tennessee. I was like, okay, my bad.
Go back
But,
up,
like,
back
it's,
up.
there's a difference.
I want
Americans are territorial.
I want to go to the state fair. I want to see the craziness. Like go to that college. I want to live the whole American.
Yeah.
But then we came like 2 days after Labor Day, so all the cool American stuff wasn't happening.
Yeah.
It's already
Yeah,
over.
we were shut down.
But like it's 9:00 in the morning, we're sitting out having a coffee, and all I hear is just gunshots everywhere. I'm like, I'm flinching. What the fuck is going on right now? It's like, no, it's Labor Day weekend. We can hear
Just
shots
people
all
shooting in
day.
their field.
Yeah.
It's just-
Damn, I bet that is kind of weird to hear. Coming from somewhere that never happens.
I wouldn't even know how to get
So,
a gun in Canada.
I've
No.
never thought of that.
No, that's, well, Wes knows now, like, I'm all about, like, I'm curious. I'm a very curious person. I like to learn stuff, so I'm constantly asking him questions. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna ask a question one day, and he's just gonna look at me and just be like, no, like I'm just not answering.
I think it's funny because like there's like all these tiny little differences, these eensy weensy little differences, culture to culture.
Oh yeah.
But then like certain things are so different that it's like, how is that place like 10 hours away? You know, like it's
It's an invisible line on the
Dude,
ground.
Yeah.
10 hours. You go Niagara to Buffalo,
40
like or
minutes.
Niagara. It's completely different. Like
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guns thing is different for us.
Yeah.
Like we're not. We shot a bunch of guns, which was awesome. But I've never held guns. They're talking about safeties, this and pulling this out, and Josh is all in there like, I
Safeties.
want to see this and that. And I'm like, just tell me when to shoot, and I'll hand it to you when I'm done. And that's
None of
it.
my
Like,
guns have
that's it.
safeties.
It's the mechanical brain. I'm just curious.
I had fun doing it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I'll never be able to do that at home, like ever.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to get a gun in Canada. I don't know if you can get a handgun. I don't even know.
Way,
gotta
it's,
be
it's
a
very
shit ton of regulation.
lots
Oh,
of
yeah.
paperwork now, and like it's so like it's
But-
one if you own them, it's fine. Getting them now,
Yeah.
no.
But like I've never once thought in my head in Canada, I wish I had a gun on me right now. Like not once ever. That's
Do you
never
think,
crossed
like,
my
Plenty of
mind.
times here.
Yeah, do you think that's like the biggest difference that you guys regularly notice, or is that like a newer thing that you're like, what other than that, what do you think about when you come down here? Like what is most exciting, I guess? Like other than the tracks, is there I know Harbor Freight. Like
Yeah,
you don't
Harbor
have
Freight.
Oh,
Yeah,
Harbor
that's a
Freight.
great
Shout out
Harbor
point,
Freight.
point
Yeah.
for United States.
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, but I like food.
yeah.
Just how things are done. Food, racetrack today. Like that was just like
Oh yeah, they had racetrack pizza for the first time.
Oh no way,
Yeah.
dude! All the time.
yeah.
Racetrack's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I was
Best gas station food ever.
I walked in there, we bought a tons of stuff, and it was like $11. I'm like, no, something's not.
He's
She's
like,
Y'all
She
scamming.
messed
Yo,
up.
what is
There
this?
is
No, I'm
something
like
wrong.
all the-
money laundering.
All the Red Bulls are like buy two get one free or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go get
Oh
more."
yeah.
She goes, yeah, you get 2 free Red Bulls. I'm like, what? Okay, sure, I'll go get them. She put them right in the bag.
twist our arm. We're just gonna drink another one. Yeah.
I literally, when they tell me that, I'll pay for it, and then I just go get it afterwards.
That's
and then
what
I
we
walk
did.
out of the
Oh,
store. Yeah.
You would
You
hate
didn't even
this.
have to.
You like energy drinks. Canada has like limits on caffeine. Like you can't get any of the normal stuff. Like
Fuck y'all.
yeah,
No.
you
Okay.
couldn't. Yeah.
And prime example.
No.
So this is new. So this happened around July. They started putting like a
Okay.
cutoff on how much. We were coming back from.
We'll get into drifting soon.
Yeah.
This is important.
We were coming back from Salem.
It is important for anyone traveling.
Yeah, 100%.
We're doing the world
and we
service
do a
right
lot of driving, so it's
Yeah.
like we know routines, we know what each other want while we're driving, and girls in the back, and food up front, and snacks, and all that.
It's
kind
not like weird. Like it's not like it's not like a Brokeback thing. It's
No,
not like
no.
that.
our girlfriends are there, right? Yeah, but it's like, so we hit the border, and I have an energy drink beside me,
Okay.
and I don't even know what. it
An
was.
American energy drink, not a Canadian. American one. Yeah.
So he asked the border, asked the normal questions. Remember, we travel across the border multiple times a month, so we're good. Like it's normal,
Yeah.
flowy, it's easy. We know what's gonna be asked. We know what to do. we
You
know
have
what to
everything
say.
ready by the time
Yeah.
you get
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It's
We have
3 minutes every time.
We have a system, right? We're good. Show up. He's like, any like cigarettes, food,
Tobacco, weed,
tobacco,
alcohol, stuff like
alcohol,
that.
the normal questions, right? And then at the very end, he goes, any energy drinks? And like, I double looked at him. I'm like, really? I actually had to look at him. I'm like, okay. I'm like, is this new? I'm like, okay. He's like, well, there's a limit on caffeine now. Okay.
Boy.
And he saw it in my center console, and he said, I need you to open that up and drink it right now.
Or take it.
Or
As-
he was going to take it.
Here's the best part of the story. Okay, you know, dude's been sitting there all day just taking
This
energy
is 2
drinks.
o'clock in the morning. This is 2 o'clock in the morning.
Because he opens it up and he goes, "I'll have one with you." Grabs one. It's like,
Yeah. Literally from behind his computer
That man
monitor.
was full of energy that
same
day,
brand,
bro.
same
Yeah,
brand.
same brand, everything. He just pulls it out. He's like, I'll have it with you. I was like, okay.
I mean, once in a lifetime opportunity, I guess.
So for 20 minutes, we sat there while we talked, and they drank energy drinks because there was no one else
No,
at
there's
the border.
no one.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure,
We were
yeah.
the only truck. Like,
Wow.
we were the only person. No one was
Dude,
lined up
that's
behind us.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Best
funny.
part, yeah, it was like small world. He was from the same town as us too. It was hilarious. Nicest guy ever.
Yeah, like zero problem. It was just that caught me. Like literally, we can go through and there's no problem. Like we have
Yeah.
routines, and then that just curveball. Like talk about keeping. I was like, whoa, oh, there's a new question. Yeah.
Dude, that's so awesome.
But,
Oh, that would've
no,
thrown
we
me
like
off
coming
so
down here.
bad.
We like the people down here.
But
Everyone's
our favorite thing is Topgolf. Like I'd
Really?
our favorite thing to come down here is top or USK1 was badass today.
Yeah.
That was
Oh yeah,
fun.
we went and did karting
Yeah.
today. Yeah.
There's a big difference.
I've never been to that for one, and
Oh,
then
you're missing out.
also I've never been to the Top Golf here. The first time I went to Top Golf was in Arizona because I got my whole dad's side of the family is over there, and they have like 3 of them before it was ever even thought of in Tennessee. So I've been there like 10 to 15 times, but I've never been to the one here in town.
Yeah.
But they're all essentially the same, are they not?
Yeah, they're all the same
Yeah,
shit.
just some of them are different, like have more levels or whatever.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger, smaller.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, that's,
We so every time we go to Salem, we pass by the one in it'd be Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Indianapolis. Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, it did.
I don't even know where they all are,
Yeah.
so you tell me.
Yeah. So like we stop there almost every time. It's like part of
Like if you
Yeah.
went to our truck right now with the 30 tires, there's 4 sets of golf clubs in the tires.
oh yeah,
If you take a picture, we're
Yeah,
not even lying
that's
right
true.
now.
No,
we
we're
have,
not.
We have
But
golf
30
clubs.
GT radials,
Yeah.
4 sets
The
of golf
truck's
clubs,
that's
stuffed
full.
through them.
yeah. It's just
We have them in the trailer at all times. Like if anyone said like who wants to have a chip off for like $100 at the track,
we're in.
done. We're
in.
there. We are there.
Shit.
Yeah.
I hate
We're gonna
golf.
make it a thing.
I've never liked golf.
I hate golf too. I hate golf too,
I
but
suck at it.
it sucks. It's like
I
drifting.
can't get rid of the baseball swing that I've always had.
It sucks 99% of the time, and then 1% of the time, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great day yesterday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get back into drifting.
yeah,
we
we
kind of
started-
ventured
we went
off
way-
quite a bit.
Hey, competition, drifting.
No, but
Yeah,
here's the
yeah.
thing that you asked. Like
Competitive
drifting,
edge.
drifting is 1% driving, 99% doing other cool shit, and it's like that's why we come to
Yeah,
the States
majority of
not
the
for
events.
just drifting. It's
Yeah,
like
it's an
the whole other
experience,
stuff.
right? We come down, we make
It's our vacation. I can't afford to take vacations and do this. So
Dude, that's what I've always said. It's my little. I'd rather not take a long vacation because then I get like too in my head and like I have too much shit to do. I could be somewhere else.
Mhm.
And so mini vacations. That's
Yeah.
the way to do it.
Oh yeah, come
Perfect.
summertime, that's all we do.
Yeah.
We just travel, drift.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Well, give me a rundown on the cars. I know yours is
Collecting dust.
yeah.
So
Getting there.
no, it was there, and then it came apart, and then it never got put back together.
I've seen it. It's got
Fair
like a
enough.
bare block sitting kind of like on the.
Which is like probably
Subframe.
the 4th or 5th one in it. by now.
It's a storage rack at this point.
Oh,
you know?
100% it is. I've
Yeah.
stolen
no,
parts.
it's a parts car. It's a parts car.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Anytime something breaks, it gets plunged from his S14.
There's like there's brand new ZR BC custom valve coilers on it.
Yeah.
There's brand new, the newest edition FDF suspension, all 4 corners. Like it's all brand new stuff. Hasn't been out in 5 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Does that not hurt to just see it sit there?
it's you know what
It's
it's
like, the fuck does that even mean?
no. So I'm just
Doesn't hurt.
I'm taking the Fab Mac name seriously, and I want to grow it as a shop. And every year we're growing and growing and growing. So I'm more focused on everyone else's builds than my own. It's a sacrifice. It is what it is.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. I'm in the same boat right
Yeah.
now. I'm focusing on my media
Growing
company
this, yeah.
and all this shit. So
And it pays off. It really does, right? And then sometimes I'm at the track with Sharky and he yells at me and I drive his car and then it gets I can go.
yeah, you
out.
get that little edge out.
Yeah, right.
and then one time he drove my car and he blew my engine up.
That's
Okay,
a good
whoa,
day for you.
Oh,
technical
let's dig in.
technical difficulty. Yeah. A single
It's a hot fact right there. Yeah.
a bolt broke off and hit the reluctor wheel and shut the engine off.
Mm.
It was the most random
What?
bullshit thing. So we'll just get right into this. We have
There you
hurt
go.
2 engines in his car.
Okay.
Both of them.
Hurt is like
That's a softer way.
that's
of
a
saying
softer way,
destroyed.
like completely fucking destroyed. Like not hurt.
He disintegrated it.
No, not hurt. No.
And it's not like what drove me insane on both of them. It wasn't stuff. It wasn't, just to be blunt, it wasn't my fault. It just happened. And it's so fluky, weird part failures that I'm like, it doesn't, and that's what some people don't understand in this world. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Right? You can literally have a 30-cent bolt break, fall down through the oil passage, hit the crank and acts like a bullet and starts bouncing around.
Looks like a bullet.
It does. I probably still have pictures of it. It literally looks like a bullet was bouncing around underneath. Took out the whole bomb in. Yeah. And then
But he was driving, so it was fine.
and I was driving. Literally, I was driving.
He's the one that fixed it anyway.
I know.
so-
Hometown track. He's in the car with me. He's a terrible passenger, by the way.
That was probably the last time I was a passenger in a vehicle, and it blew up, and it cost me all kinds of money. So I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's bad luck to ride passenger. now.
Wes is telling me, come for a lap on my back track. Everyone else, I'm like, no, dude, I am not sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
It's true.
No.
Try it. Wouldn't it?
Not-
Save yourself.
It's just a field. Like, you know what's going to happen in a field.
yeah.
So yeah, back to the S14. It was LS swapped, was an SR, blew the SR up, normal stuff.
God's motor.
No.
I have an SR too. I do have a soft
Yeah.
spot for SRs.
Yeah, they have their place in drifting. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that say differently. I
Yeah.
get it. Like they are cool engines.
It's a hot boy engine.
Yeah, it's a hot boy engine. Yeah, it
You
is.
just can't crank them up.
No, 300
Yeah.
horse. Like 250, 300 wheel, you're good.
I always say 350 at most. If you can push it to 350, but it's a little risky.
You're just rolling the dice.
Yeah,
They're
like-
my favorite sounding 4-cylinder.
definitely.
I don't like 4-cylinders, but I like the way they sound.
Yeah.
Anything inline.
Every drifter's
It's
had an
well-
SR at one point, I think. I feel
Yes.
like that's a rite
I've
of
never had an
passage.
SR.
Sadly, I haven't either.
I've never had a 4-cylinder.
I want
drift
one.
car.
That didn't work.
I feel like everyone's had an SR. If you owned a 240, you had an SR.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? If you weren't a 240 guy, but you had a 240.
Not
I went
here,
straight to
though.
RB though.
Everything
say-
was KA here.
See, West
In
went
our
ball.
240.
West
Yeah,
went baller right off the
we
bat.
had KAs. We didn't really get
Yeah.
SRs.
Neither
from-
did we.
Yeah. Oh really?
They were swapped.
Yeah, but we got to
No.
import them way before, like,
Yeah, that's
before
true.
15
rules and
years
stuff.
difference, right?
10-year difference.
Oh, sorry,
10
10
before you
years.
guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got lots of cool stuff for cheap, and then you guys became legal and ruined it for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Like
Yeah.
GTRs for
Seems,
like 12 grand.
To be our reputation.
Yeah, that's no longer. I wish.
R33s for 12 grand GTRs back in the day, 10 years ago. And that was like, oh my
wish.
God, what are you talking? That's crazy
That's my
expensive.
dream. 32 sedan.
But people laughed at them though. It's like, this is way too expensive. Like, you're never
That's
gonna sell
funny.
these.
I bet they, man, if you bought one then,
Yeah, the guys just held them.
just
Yeah.
bring it down here and sell it for.
My S14, clean car, SR, gram lights, coilovers, Pexi, all the normal SR stuff. I paid
Yeah.
$6,400 for it. Canadian. Had all the kooky body panels on it, solid paint job. Like it was, and then I completely
Yeah,
destroyed
now
it.
it's old man, boring gray, and
It's always been gray. Nice try. It's always been that color.
he bought it because it was gray. Like he saw the
100%.
gray one, I'm like, oh, this is old man spec. I'm buying
Yeah.
this car.
I get ragged on for my company colors all the time. It's gray and
Keep
blue.
it simple.
Yeah. That is what it is, right?
Hey, that's the advice everyone gives. The KISS method.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah,
simple,
100%, right? Yeah.
Shit.
When guys come into my shop and they want to talk about getting into drifting, same thing.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, right? Start with seat time car, see if you like it, see if you can afford it.
Oh yeah.
I did not keep it simple.
Yeah. So
no.
let's give the rundown on that
Yeah,
because you jumped right the fucking.
Yeah, we
very
had a
quick.
Subaru show car, all-wheel drive, and then we did a PPG center spool swap to get rid of the all-wheel drive. You know, put the front stubs back in the front so the bearings wouldn't come out. stock angle on a Subaru, which is horrendous, and a stock LSD in the back, and that was it.
Just nothing.
Because he hates my Subaru, but it was honestly the coolest drift car I ever had.
Okay. I don't
pretty
hate
cool.
it.
Dude,
They're just a
it's
difficult
He's just
chassis
mad
to
that I gapped the fuck out of him at a kart track in his 600 horsepower, 600 horsepower car. I'm in my little two.
This is how this
two-liter
Well, it's
relation-
probably
car.
because you had 2 degrees of angle. You were basically
No.
describing-
This was Subaru version.
all
You're
the
gonna bring. I'm gonna send you this clip because you're gonna bring this up. It had tons of angle. We had lower control arms at this point. Josiah cut or drilled and cut my knuckles or whatever. And yeah, it drove really good. It had ton of lock.
This is also
Ton
what,
to lock.
6-7 years ago.
No, not even, man. This was 2018. Because I bought the Vet after a fight with my girlfriend in 2019, and then spent all winter building it up with FDF.
It's a good way to get over a fight. That's
It-
like how everybody should get over their relationship
If-
problems. Just go buy vets.
Yeah,
You know.
Go buy Vets and then send it to Josiah, to the Madman, to go build an angle kit for it because no one made one at that time, right? They were great cars out of the box, super grippy, but no one made a big angle kit, so you're stuck at like that 45-degree angle spot.
Yeah.
And they needed more than that. Like Vets need more than that.
Yeah.
And he made a cool kit, and then it's been crazy ever since, right? Like it's one of his best-selling products, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's got a kit for it now, but like he was the OG guy to do it.
How did that even come up? Like, how did you get into knowing Josiah
No.
and even?
Yeah, he's 2 hours. He's 2 hours down the road from us.
We
Like, he's-
drifted together.
Damn.
Like before FDF, well, when FDF was just starting to
Yeah.
go.
their
When
kind
he
of
had his
rise.
black S13, you've probably seen videos of it. Him and I drifted together.
He's just one of the local homies.
Yeah,
That's
he's
it.
like a
Wow.
local guy, and we've just that's how I ended up helping him with his program too. We've just been friends and drift buddies for that long, and just natural paths. That's where we ended up.
I love how that works out.
Yeah, and it's like the way we got hooked up. Yeah, like we got hooked up together too for it. It was his buddy Pat. I had blown my engine up.
Yeah.
Stock LS1. Good luck, Wes.
It's all right.
But stock LS1, timing chain exploded. Catastrophic engine
broke
failure.
the crank in half, broke the cam in half. Like, it was disaster.
Catastrophic. Yeah. So blew that up, and then I said I need a new motor. And then Pat goes, I know a guy, super good work, give you a good deal. I'm like, I like deals. I'm cheap.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
He goes, you could probably do it for like 10 grand for a new engine. I'm like, that seems like a lot for an engine, because I was still like everything was stock at the time. But let's go talk to him.
Yeah.
And then it went from 10 to. But it was like, oh, then you need this, and then let's do this, and like you should do this, and you should. And my dumb ass is like, okay,
upsell.
But it was all stuff that I needed. Like it was a dry sump. Like I didn't want to do a dry sump. Like I'm like, why are we spending like more than I spent on my entire last engine on an oil system? Like this is stupid.
Because Corvettes suck for oil pans.
And then he told me, and I said, okay, makes sense. And every year we've blown up a lot of shit, but our bearings look mint every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
As long as you throw a little bit of logic out there, all right, fine, whatever.
Well,
that's it. I don't know more. I don't know anything to say otherwise. If I knew more than he did, I'd argue him on it, but I don't.
No, we argue about a lot of things, but when it comes to car stuff, no, it's very simple. Because I explain it to him. Like the Holly that's in his, so he came for an engine, but his car got revamped. It got a Holly, it got new harnesses.
Everything.
It got an engine. It got a clutch setup. It got a dry sump. It got like everything got redone to the and a lot of the components that we put in back then are still in the car now.
Damn.
So it's not,
or at least the one I broke them and then they've been replaced, and then there's still the soul of them is still there. But the original soldiers are gone. They're gone.
The dry sump's still holding on. The Holly's still holding on.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Race car parts aren't forever. Remember that.
Yeah. No. Nothing's forever in drifting.
And shit happens.
Yeah.
All right. It's tough, but
keep it on track, because things are gonna break no matter what. So just let nature take its course. Don't speed up the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Drive within your means.
100%.
Oh yeah. Well, with the FDF stuff, did anything more than just the angle kick come about it whenever you first sent them off the Corvette?
We ended up doing front angle kit was the first thing. The hydro plate design, all that stuff, like the spacing for that. And then there was the rear arms, the rear toe gain kit, the rear dual caliper setups, because I think Drift HQ made the first one. And I ran that for a year and it was fine. But then in the comp car, FDF made one with like a 4 piston Willwood, and it was like night and day. It was like lockup. It was awesome.
Shit.
And then I started doing stuff, and now I break a hydro like every 3 events. I don't know.
How the fuck?
Dude, I don't. If something can break in a car, I'll break it. No, but it's just the angle. It's the angle. It literally cost me first place. No, this is a good story, because this cost me a battle, which cost me first place in Pro-Am at Erie
by like minuscule points.
Like this was, I had it locked up. I had a first, 2/3. I qualified in the top 3 every time. They gave a lot of extra points for qualifying, so that was important. So I had to like not make the top 8. And the person behind me had to win the whole event. Dan Malvasio, he's doing FD, doing great. Shout out Dan, awesome. But yeah, I was in my battle against Jackson Orr, and he kind of slow rolled the initiation. I panicked e-brake, and I locked it. It bent the rod in half, and it locked. So I had to do a whole chase run. Like you'll see my head cam. I'm reaching. Like, where's my hydro? Where's my hydro? And I lost that battle, and he ended up winning. So I came in second in the series, and he came in first, and he got an FD and I didn't. So
it's that simple too.
That's one battle. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So if that handbrake if the master didn't fail, and he went one more round, we would be in an FD.
We'd probably be driving FD. Yeah.
Ooh, it would have been a rough winter.
Yeah. Would have been expensive.
Okay. Because I noticed how on your Instagram it says you're licensed for Prospec. So is that the plan for next year?
We're gonna talk about that. It really depends on budget and travel and stuff. Like if we live central US and could make it work 4 events and it was one here, we can do it.
Yeah.
But like Utah to our hometown is like what, 3 days of driving each way. You know what I mean? So
fuck, man.
The rest of the events aren't bad.
Yeah, like I say, FD is great if you want to make a career out of drifting, right? But right now, I don't think we have the funds to do it. And even if we did find them, we'd have to have a serious talk about it. But
even for a career, I don't even think it's necessary.
Yeah, but it's a big sponsor wise. It's a big stepping stone. Like you say, you're an FD driver, you have a lot more access to sponsorship than I drive some cash events.
Yeah.
right? It's just more media, bigger production, all that. Like FD, I wouldn't say it's the holy grail of drifting US, but it's like the most
It's a big
competitive.
step.
Yeah.
It's a big check mark.
It's the
Yeah.
premier sanctioning body.
It's
Yes,
you want to say you're the
it's
best in the
right.
US, you have to run FD.
It would be like
Yeah.
if you played football, you'd have to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
If you played basketball, you'd have to be in the NBA.
Yeah.
There's not a higher level in our country.
Speaking of NFL, me and Scott Allender from Grip Oil talked about this a little bit. He would hope, I would hope to see it too, but he had mentioned how he hopes to see someone take on almost like a playoff series for drifting. So where different, basically sections of the country have their own kind of comps, and then it all conjoins into one big comp at the end of the year for like who
Like
the
a
biggest
regional-
top dog
Yeah,
is.
like a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a playoffs
It's
and Super Bowl
March
for
Madness.
drifting.
It's more like March Madness, right? You start off with your bracket of Southeast region
Yeah.
and Northwest or whatever, and that'll be cool.
Do you think that would be something that's possible, even?
Especially
right
that
now,
little
I don't
Canadian
think so.
division up north, a couple drivers up there
Yeah.
for like one spot in the big show. No, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
we
be
just have
really
to have a
cool.
lot of organizers in different areas of the country that we're willing to work
The
together.
thing is,
Yeah.
there's
Lot
enough
of
drift events
influence.
going on. It probably the organization would be key, but it's not like the events aren't going.
Yeah,
It would be like FD sanctioning events to hand out licenses. It's the same concept,
Yeah.
right?
But are you thinking almost like there'd be these teams that kind of like draft these drivers and like, you know, you live in this zone, so you belong to this section of
I mean,
it?
it could eventually, if it grows to, I don't think drifting will ever grow that big. It's like,
Look at how much drifting has grown in the
Maybe,
last
but-
10 years.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's
the-
got
it's
to be
the
up there
only-
with NASCAR, where like even the average dipshit human being could be like, oh, I know what NASCAR is.
But like drifting's doing this, and NASCAR's kind of doing this, if not this.
Oh yeah,
right?
NASCAR's
It's-
coming down.
on the
You know?
decline.
Yeah.
Right? It's and the average viewer of NASCAR is probably what, 60?
Well, go
50,
look at how
60?
many followers on Instagram that NASCAR has versus Formula Drift.
Yep.
I
You
think
can-
that's more of a
Actually, I haven't
demographic
looked
than a
at
Yeah,
pop.
but
That's
that's to tell you. I mean, like the people that are the demographic that's going to be the major demographic that's generating the money for the whoever is
More
going
into
the way
drifting.
of drifting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more dynamic, and people have been trained to want things fast on their phone. They're scrolling quick content. Drift battles are 30, 45 seconds maybe at a time, and there's the next one, and then the next one. And
But
the
that's
next one.
that's the biggest issue with drifting is downtime.
right.
Like drifting
Gotta
shows.
figure that
Speed
out.
up the show.
Gotta
Right?
figure
They-
that out.
So the thing, I think there's
I
two
don't
things
think
you
there's
can
a
do.
way to speed it up though. I think you just have to incorporate different segments in for the downtime.
You can't speed it up. You have to have things in place when cars break.
That's true.
So you have to have
Yeah,
drifters
yeah.
ready to go do a couple of demo laps because everyone wants to see drifting.
Right.
Right.
That's what they're there for.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you want to see cool, gnarly sounding cars, like put a big JZ turbo car and a big VA car and let them do a couple of laps in between during a 5-minute timeout.
Bring a
right?
final bout team out there to
Yeah.
do some
Yeah,
team.
bring
Yeah.
a team of
Yeah.
4, just
Yeah.
and people would eat that shit up.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I would watch that
Yeah,
100%.
I would
We were-
watch that for sure.
And that wouldn't be bad to say, hey guys, you get some free seat time for this event. Every time there's a timeout, every time there's a TV timeout or a competition timeout, you guys get track time. I'm a fuck yeah. And you
Yeah.
get to watch from down low and get in for free. I'm
Yeah.
going to that
All
100%. Right? That's what you got to do.
It's promo.
that's-
It's
and-
easy promo.
Yeah.
Second thing you got to do is you got to get, I know the opening ceremonies are cool, but if they do that almost like parade lap and they announce it while they're doing a parade lap, you get it done in like 2 minutes. I know for FD you can't because of sponsors and stuff,
Mhm.
but like these smaller events that have,
We just went through this in Erie.
that's what I'm
last
saying. Like
weekend.
you have a top 16 and you're announcing everything. Like there's no sponsors, but it's not doing anything
Yeah.
but prolonging the experience. Let them run a parade lap, do the battle order, like do first versus 16, run them like that. Do all the announcements as they're driving around. It takes 2 minutes. Up first battle, we have this from here, this from here. Second battle, this from here, and it's done.
Yeah.
Right? Like give everyone, 10 seconds that you want them to say when you're doing a parade lap. You get your sponsors in, get your homies in, all that stuff, and move on, start the competition. Just keep it going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. The ceremony is almost kind of annoying
Yeah.
for a
I
spectator
like them.
perspective.
I like them.
I think it's cool for the drivers and for them to get to show their
It's the
personalities,
experience,
stuff
yeah.
like that. It just, I know the average spectator just probably is off getting food during that time
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
like,
I
it's
mean,
not.
it's a time filler for time that doesn't even. Need
But
to
keep
be
that to
filled.
the big,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
big media events. Keep that to FD because
Yeah,
FD
for sure.
needs that.
'Cause
Because
that
the
you have to.
sponsorship
Yeah.
needs that.
Product placement and everything
Yeah,
has
that's
to
part
be
of
done. Yeah,
contracting.
it's just
Yep.
part of it. But
But for like the grassroots comp, that's $15 to enter with a bunch of guys who've never competed before. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just run. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Even if you had like the little interviews they do during those ceremonies, if those were in between runs
Yeah.
or something like that,
Yeah.
to kill that dead time.
Yeah, sitting on grid,
that
like
would-
you could literally talk to a driver, no problem.
Exactly.
And that's what FD does, right?
Yeah.
Which is good for home, but like if you get the chance to again watch those 4 guys slaying on at exhibition runs every time out, I would be all about that. That
Yeah.
would be cool.
Damn. We gotta see some change in the events, man. That's crazy.
They're run well. It's
Yeah,
just you
for
have
sure.
to evolve. You can't stay the same
Yeah,
year
because
after year after
that
year.
that'll be what keeps the growth stagnated. If anything, is just that amount of downtime. Like if you're watching it at home, you have to devote a pretty good amount of time to
A
watch
lot.
at an FD event.
I have yet to make it through a full live stream of any
I
event.
make it through them every time, but it'll be who knows what time, because like by the time you get to the end of it, it could be a 4 or 5 hour stream,
Yeah.
and there's
And
not
you're
really
not paying
any
attention
other.
to every second.
Yeah,
of it.
there's really not any other sporting events that go that long. That's hard to keep
Yeah,
anybody's
yeah,
attention.
that is true. If you
Well, no, because they always have planned. You know, like if you compete in Jersey, the finals are always going to be when it's dark. So
Yeah.
if the morning session goes really smooth and everything's quick, there's a big gap in the middle of the day
Yeah.
that we do nothing because they want to run at night.
Yeah.
Right? Why not have some again? Bring the local boys out, bring the local heroes out, because every
Yeah.
track has local heroes, right? Let those guys go on a big stage in front of all the FD guys and just go slay, have fun. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Just offer them free driving tickets.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to pay to
It's
drive.
free entertainment.
and all the
And it-
drivers will do it.
Dude,
Yeah.
Free
so
seat
many
time.
people would do that.
Yeah, they'd be all over.
You would, I think you would
You'd
be
have to
able to
apply.
gain those people that are too afraid to come and do the comps with the big guys. You'll get them out to do the
To show that they
exhibition
can
stuff,
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can still drive the competition track.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn. Take notes, motherfuckers. Anyways, well, we covered this before the whole incident of the recording, but tell me the differences between y'all's car.
So mine
Cars,
is built motor, stock everything else, whereas Wes's is stockish motor, built everything else. So
That's a great way of putting it.
it's just
Yeah,
different.
That's
It-
a more refined way of saying it. It's
I spent my
exactly
money
what it is.
here. You spent your money here.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I have a Fab Mac LS3 cranker. I mean, stroker crank, barely a stroke, doesn't come out of the fucking piston thing. So I don't know.
I'm just
much-
letting him run with
I don't
it.
know.
He
We got it
never.
anyways.
I'm a driver. I'm not a builder. I'm not a fabricator. I don't work in automotive. I don't do anything. I drive a Zamboni half the time. I manage a hockey rink.
Oh my god.
I swear, it's
true.
how I
In
spend half my
in
days.
like
yeah.
flip flops.
Yeah,
In flip flops. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, super strong built motor. Everything's forged, dry sump, Frankenstein heads, fancy carbon intake. A lot of stuff on it that I don't know what it does, but it sounds really cool and it
Yeah.
comes out really high. And
Looks real pretty.
Limiter
Costed
sounds-
me a lot.
limiter sounds great. You know.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's the last run after I lost a no back at the 50K. I think I held.
I'm just
wide
watching
Open.
you back here holding your breath.
Oh, I held it wide open for like 15 seconds. Came around outer 3 and did not let up the bank and just kept it pinned all the way down the back straight. Didn't let up for a second.
Yeah. And we've watched the video afterwards, and I'm like twitching. I'm like, ugh.
You just
So normally, what happens at the track if someone comes up and asks about the car, he disappears. He was like, "Oh,
It's like, not me.
He's like, He's just like, I just drive. You gotta
Hey,
talk to him.
Come handle this.
It literally, it's like
it's
that.
I don't know. I just look. I just
Yeah.
do that. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll dip, right? But yeah, he's pretty much on it. Yeah, high compression, LS3, 3.9 stroke, stock block, M311 monster heads on it. I've been working a lot with Monster this year, or sorry, Frankenstein Engineering this year.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's
We picked up what 20 or 40 wheel just on heads.
literally without changing
Damn.
anything, like no cam specs, no compression, nothing. Just taking the heads out of the box, plunking them on the car. We gained like 40 horse and like 35 foot-pounds of torque.
And these were like
That's
GM
impressive.
performance heads. They weren't stock heads. Like they were ported GM
Yeah,
performance heads.
Yeah, so it's not like you're going from a stock head to the Monster. You're going from a stock head to a ported head to the Monster. So over top of the
Gotcha.
ported head, it was, yeah.
Like 40 horsepower.
Fuck.
Big
Yeah.
They're
difference.
like the most beautiful pieces of metal. Like they're on my engine too. They're just like, oh man,
Yeah. And they,
Like you drool.
they really are drool worthy. Like he was making fun of me because like I just like to like pet it.
I'm trying to,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
just
Like
feeling the
just to feel-
texture.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish the engine when he's there. Because I left a bunch of this stuff. So when he came up and visited for
I'm
4
just sitting
days,
over there like,
yeah,
oh yeah.
I'm like, Wes, get out of my way. Yeah,
Feels so good.
just get out of my way. Let me finish my job. Right? Yeah. But yeah, we're happy. Like his car makes almost 600 wheel NA. Like,
Yeah, mine's like an angry car, and Wes's is more like a Cali vibes, chilling, kind of just
Yeah.
floaty, smooth, big angle, super nice to follow. And mine's like a dog with rabies. That's
Yeah.
just like
I
one
feel
wrong
like that
move.
suits the driving styles
Yeah.
a little better.
Oh,
though.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
But his car's still fast. He still has a super. Or what do you have on it?
It's a Magnuson 2650.
Okay.
So he still makes good jam.
Hmm.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just stock rear end.
Yeah.
Just not much grip in the car. That's all.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Which was apparent at Riverside.
Yeah, well, not stock like rear end as a differential, but like all stock arms, all stock.
Grip wise, yeah.
Yeah, not stock suspension, but yeah, all stock like knuckle, everything. Like it
It's still
I-
impressive how well the stock parts on a vet
yeah,
work.
yeah, it was better without the power. Like
Yeah.
now that I have more power, I find like I got the upper control arms from Josiah from FDF to put on the car to get the tire wear back because it was perfect, and I think now I'm squatting harder with just like some basic
Yeah.
thought about it because it really was perfect, and now all of a sudden I've got like a little bit of tire on the outside that's just not really getting used, and so once that's fixed, but with this whole new car, there's not going to be any of that kind of stuff left over anymore. It was just like one of those things like, well, I don't feel the need to
Yeah.
spend the money on it right now. I guess I won't. but but it's always driven fine, and like I don't notice those kind of differences until like we were at Riverside a couple weekends ago, and in practice there was a lap where he lined up to follow me, and I left the line, and I didn't even see him leave, so I didn't think he was following me at all. And then all of a sudden, and I know he left late because I know he didn't leave when I left. But then he still caught up, and I was like,
Fuck.
yeah.
Okay.
Like I could
Stop.
have more speed in this car for sure. Because, like I wasn't like out of speed per se, but I think that lap I was out of tire too. So it wasn't like, but it's still, I know there was more to be had because I don't have that much positive camber. I don't have,
Yeah.
I was limited by the factory adjustment. So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's lean into that a little bit. The C6 that you both are apparently building one.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You guys are both saying allegedly here.
Like
I knew
you don't
this.
already have
No,
cars.
I know. We're just playing it. Like it's happening.
Yeah.
We both have a shell sitting
Yeah.
on a trailer, and
I knew this was going to happen.
about
I was
go
going to
to
get
him
ganged up by these two. I knew that.
Shit.
Here's the difference in markets though. So Wes has a shell that he got for
$0.
$0.
Lucky
with a
bastard.
title, tiny little.
It's got a
crank-
little kink in the front.
little bit
which is-
minor. Like my current C5 is way worse, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
way worse. Whereas I have a tub with
Doors,
doors,
a roof,
and
and a hatch.
yeah, and it
And
cost me.
subframes.
This is not registered in Canada. This is still U.S. title, U.S. auction sale, U.S. blah blah blah,
Gotcha.
and it was $5,500
Canadian.
Canadian.
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt as bad.
And mine also comes with a free ecosystem.
Oh.
So
what we
yeah.
got growing in there?
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I don't know. It's been sitting outside in a trailer uncovered for like 8 seasons now, like 8 cycles of seasons, right?
Not
Years.
not
I
in
was like-
our possession.
Wait, 8.
Like it's been
like
through winter
fall,
twice,
winter,
summer
summer-
twice, and our seasons vary because we get heat kind of like this, but then we go into like
I
cold.
thought you meant
cold
8
mode.
drift seasons. I was like, you've had a car sitting outside for 8 years, and you're now going to do something?
To be fair, the car has probably been sitting outside for those 8 years. Like it
Oh,
probably
man.
has
Oh,
been sitting.
It's a
Fuck.
2010 chassis.
Mine's a 2008.
Mine's a Grand Sport.
Mine's not. Mine's very much a base.
Yours was free, so you went.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
5-finger discount, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he literally
No,
called.
now 5-finger discount is stealing it.
Yeah.
I just went and did a man a service by removing it because he didn't want it anymore.
That's what everyone says a good deal is. I stole that because it was
I know,
such a
but
good
like
deal.
in this case, I was providing a service, so I don't even
Oh.
feel bad about it.
This
He
is
literally
how-
didn't want it
yeah,
anymore.
this
Keep
is how
making
Wes
yourself feel
justifies
better.
it.
No, I mean,
This is self-justification.
I got a
Or
body
how-
cart
yeah.
for free too with it, like to roll it around on.
A what?
A body cart, like the cart that the shell was sitting on. I got it for free because he
How
didn't
the-
want it.
I've seen it.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
yeah, it was wild. I
Yeah.
mean, my crew chief Brennan somehow knew about.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, yeah, it's
fucking
Brennan.
everything.
Yeah.
Brennan
dude.
just somehow knew that this car was sitting in this guy's.
Well, he did the same
shop.
thing with my car. My Z was $600
Yeah, so I just drove to Cincinnati
my
and came
God.
home with it.
$600 season. We
Cost me like $300
with
to
a
do
blown motor. And came with a motor. Turns out that motor had nod rock.
Nod rock.
Nod rock.
Oh, everyone.
See what you did.
Everyone-
See what you did with the
Fucking us
cranker.
all up.
it.
It's my fault.
But yeah, I paid like $800 for a junkyard motor and beat the living piss out of that thing for years.
Yeah, no, we don't have
No.
sub 10 KZs anymore. Like
Yeah.
we don't have them up in Canada. They just don't exist. We don't have
Shit.
sub
You'll
20K C5.
Sometimes you'll find them. Well, they're normally about 7-8 grand for a
Z,
good
yeah.
running Z, I'd say.
I've seen some 03s,
okay-ish.
04s recently. Yeah, probably like 6 to 8.
stock or
absurd,
drift ready.
Barely stock.
Stock.
Yeah,
Maybe-
but
maybe
you're
have
still
some
three,
coil
you're
Rough
still
body
3-4 grand.
panels, but it runs okay.
Yeah, you're still $4 grand away from a good
Yeah,
C-type
yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's just that they didn't used to be that expensive. It's just kind of the drift tax caught up with them a little bit. And
As they should. They're great.
Yeah.
I owned one for a while. They're great,
Yeah.
great cars.
Look at the Corvettes too. Corvettes have exploded in price.
Yeah.
that was not really. I don't think that was drift related though. That was a COVID thing. Corvettes got way up during COVID because I just always kind of look at them, just like all generations, like generations that people don't drift, have gotten just 2019, 2020 ish.
I think that was all cars though.
It was all
Yeah,
cars, but
yeah.
specifically like the vet market. There was
I
maybe-
expected the vet market to go down.
Well, it was
with
on
the
its way down.
mid-engine.
That's what the thing is. Like there was like C4s and C3s were kind of I think on their way down, and then they went straight up, and C6s had become pretty reasonable cars. They're back to not very reasonable. Like as a driving car, obviously, I
Yeah.
got my shell for
Yeah.
free. That's
Yeah.
not it's not the same thing, but it's I do have pretty good luck with that kind of stuff. I do, but hopefully the car can. I just need to make sure the frame can actually be straightened, and then I'm sure it can. It's just it actually has like a little bit of a kink right between the mount points for the subframe for the front subframe on the driver's
Ooh.
side rail. So we'll see what happens with that. But
Very minor.
worst
Very
case
minor.
scenario, I already have another one lined up. Like
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good at least. Okay. So what are some these are gonna be like basically Pro 1 cars almost.
Not Pro 1 per se, but Pro 1 capable
built
cars.
to
Yeah.
that level.
Okay,
Built
yeah.
to yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like we're hoping for 4-digit horsepower.
Capable.
Right. Just, turn it up, go run Pro 1, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like we're going to have it set to our individual levels. We're not going to I'm not going to run 1,000 horsepower car before I need it, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it'll be, but those cars will allow us to, the engine that he's already built me is more than capable. Just put the right blower on it,
Send
put
it.
the right driver behind
Yeah,
it. Send
like-
it. Yeah.
Shit.
Like right now, we're running my setup at like 99%, and that's why I break a lot of stuff. Whereas you overbuild it, you run it at 40%, you'll never break anything. In
Well,
theory.
you hope.
Ideally,
Yeah,
in theory,
ideally.
right?
Yeah.
In theory, I'll break it 100%. I'll break something, but
Yeah.
some,
will.
something will be
Yeah.
broken. No, for sure, it's
Yeah.
part of the game.
If you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
breaking it, you're not driving hard enough. I mean,
Like,
really.
I'm not even allowed to run body panels for like 3 test days. That's
Oh,
what he
that's
told me.
more than reasonable.
Well, that's just a smart decision.
Yeah.
See?
general.
Thank you. And he was wondering why.
No, yeah, no, we'll Walt, yeah.
Yeah.
I like walls. I like walls. I'm not afraid of walls. I don't,
He likes to smack the booty. That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you look at the rear of his car, the whole rear section has wall marks on it.
Yeah.
Corvettes have fat asses, and they stick
Barely
out,
any
and you
delivery.
can't feel them when they're on the wall. That's the
No,
thing.
it's funny.
It's
like
how
it's just
short
like
it is.
kunk, kunk,
Yeah.
kunk.
No,
Like,
no,
it's
Well, you're
there's a
sitting
lot of
farther
flex.
back, so you feel like you're kind of sitting over
That rear
the
bumper though
wheels.
pushes in like 2 feet.
It's not meant to.
well, it does. Mine, I backed it into the wall in Jersey
You guys both did the
plenty of
exact same
times in
thing.
outer zone too, and it came right back out. Just
Outer
pop it
two,
right back out.
outer two at Jersey takes some victims.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Outer two takes
yeah.
some victims.
I didn't even break a taillight lens though. Can you believe it? Like they caved in, like it all, and then it just all popped out and nothing even cracked the lens.
My taillights are made of tuck tape currently.
Mm.
Two of them.
If you
Two of
zoom
them.
into my taillights,
Two of
they're
them.
not lenses. They're tuck tape.
Okay.
That's
That was a fix at Riverside.
that
in the
was a
spring.
Riverside fix. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Blew
Yeah,
it off,
that's so good.
found
I
it
love
in the
that.
garbage, found it in the garbage, wiring smashed, everything, give it to our wiring guy. He comes back, tuck tape, everything works, slapped it back on the car. I'm like, I'm not spending money on taillights. These work fine. They pass tech. They light up.
They
work.
pass take.
No, they light up.
That's all
They-
that matters.
There's better than half the BMWs out there with smashed out taillights and all that. I not hating on BMWs. I have BMWs. I like them, but yeah.
This is love-hate.
Homemade clear tails.
Mine are homemade red. Tuck tape.
Oh, they're red?
Tuck tape is red. Tuck tape is red.
Yeah.
So they actually look legit.
Yeah.
They don't look. They look like the Matt Field Heat Wave kind of overlaid taillight.
Yeah, that's proper drift spec. Looks good for pictures from
Art-
20 feet.
It's good enough. It works, right?
It-
Don't spend the extra money on
Yeah.
it. It works.
Like
I'm gonna
that
break
car-
them anyways.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Well, the C5 is just, we've had lots of talks about it. It's like, we're just going to keep it running this year with the least amount of money put into it to keep it going, because the new car, all the money has to go to the new car.
Mm.
All right. But
Yeah. It's just gonna be a seat time car after that.
Yeah, we'll take the engine out now because it's like 600 wheel or whatever we make. 580 wheels too much for a seat. It's too expensive to run. Just put a stock 6-liter in it, make 400, and have it as a fun party time car. He can drive, I can drive. I want to get my girlfriend into drifting, so.
Oh, that's perfect.
Not in the
opportunity.
Vet, but she'll drive my BMW. But yeah.
Oh.
No, the Vet. That
Get
Vet's
off
a
the
lot.
Vet real quick.
That's a lot of
That's
car
a lot of
for
car.
Yeah.
for a girl
I
who's
believe that.
just been driving manual for like a month.
I don't think she could see over the wheel.
She can't. She can't.
Huh, that's the opposite
can't.
problem most people have with a vet. That's funny. Like vets are hard to fit larger people, but she's too small for it.
She's tiny.
Those FDF mounts I have are on the floor.
Yeah.
So like Ryan Reese, who drives with us, he's what, 5'5" maybe,
Nah, I don't even think that.
maybe 5'4", but like his head, you know the
hump.
HUD
Yeah,
cover,
the cowl.
his head lines up with that.
No.
Like he's in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's it's if you're tall, you can
Tight squeeze.
Yeah. Even when I drive the car occasionally, I have to like sit in the car. I move the steering wheel.
Oh, I can't. Whenever I get back in my car and the wheel is here, I'm like, just fucker, just keep the wheel where it is. Why does it matter where the steering wheel is? You're just driving it to tech. Just driving to tech with the wheel right here. Why do you need to move it here?
I thought you meant like driving it on track.
No,
Just move it to move it
that's
just
what
to
I
be
thought
that guy.
too, yeah.
No, I, thought
No.
for sure, I was like, well, I can see it to drive on track.
He-
but-
Just to bring it in the trailer.
he literally drives it like a bus. Like the wheel's pointing straight up, and I'm like, no. Yeah, that's exactly how it
you
is.
should put
If
one of
I
those
could.
knobs on it, you know?
Oh hell no.
Like the,
I literally I drive like this. It's this. It's all it is. It's just this. Yeah.
That's a good habit to make of
Mm-hmm.
instead of
Yeah.
newbies being all crazy, especially holding the handbrake
That's.
mid just the entire lap. That bothers the piss out of me.
I got one
Why?
buddy. I call him the one-handed bandit. Greg McCauley. He's one of the best drivers at Club Loose. He's been drifting for like 20 years. Like OG, awesome dude. But he drifts palm and e-brake. Like this, but he does it, and it's every video I watch. I'm like, this dude is one bad suspension break
just a
away.
bounce. Yeah.
Yeah, just a tie rod snapping
Yeah.
from being like no control.
Yeah.
But it's never happened. He's just super smooth, super flowy, and but every video it's hilarious.
Man, I need your type of luck.
Yeah.
Some people can just live on the edge.
No, if we make it 3 events where the car drives back on the trailer in a row, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yes.
last time was the most idiotic break we've ever had.
What was it?
He again did it. This was not me again. So Josh has taken out a trans. He's taking
taking
out a
all the
motor.
L's.
I took out a clutch.
But no, we went to go park the car in the pit and just move it. So we had to put it in neutral so we could push it, and then we put it back into gear to park it, and it never came out of gear again.
What the
The shift fork broke and fell inside the transmission.
3/4 shift fork, common T56 problem.
Huh.
Wasn't even on
Yeah,
track.
T50s,
It was just, and then I was like, this is so dumb. Like if I'm breaking stuff, literally park in the car, like this is done. We're done. This season's over.
Yeah.
Like we're not going.
That'll
to
make
Riverside.
you rethink.
We're not going to
drifting
Riverside.
entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I had to call him.
It's like we're done. We're not going. This is stupid. We're not going to Riverside. But then it's like then you meet Rad Dan there, and he literally goes, drifting sucks 99% of the time. So many lows, but then when you get it right, it's awesome. I was like, yeah, that's our weekend.
Yeah.
You
What
know?
we live for, damn
That's
it.
it. We hate it, but we love it. We wouldn't change it. Takes up all our time, all our money, all our hopes, dreams, ambition.
But
all
can't
that.
even try to give it up.
You can't. You
No.
cannot.
Wouldn't even think of it.
Well, what else
it's
would you
too
be doing?
fun.
I guess playing golf. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
mean,
I
seriously,
actually
like,
I
what
think
else?
about that sometimes.
There's
I don't
nothing
I
else.
don't know what else I would be doing if
There's
it didn't
nothing else that I
involve
wanna do as
cars,
much.
just in general.
Yeah, like if I told him if I didn't drift, I'd have like a cool street car, but I wouldn't be doing track days. I wouldn't be doing drag racing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably golf.
Yeah.
Probably just have a really sick daily. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say because I mean I've just always kind of been around, if not myself participating in whatever kind of motorsport. If I just had
Yeah.
nothing, I think I might actually go nuts. I
Yeah.
think I might actually become a
Vegetable.
unhappy person.
Yeah, but you guys have such cool stuff here. You guys have Top Golf here. You guys have shooting guns here.
Yeah, I mean, there's other things that we can do, but I don't want to do
Buc-ee's.
any of them as
Yeah.
much.
Buc-ee's.
I could go to Bucky's and eat beef jerky and like brisket all day,
Yeah.
but I'd rather go drive a drift car.
Deal
But
with
you know, it's funny. I
idiots.
usually get Bucky's because of drifting, because there's not like a Bucky's right here yet. But every time
I would have never been to a Bucky's if it wasn't for drifting.
See, yeah, me neither. Bro.
I would have
Well,
never
that's
met
true.
any of you guys if it wasn't for drifting.
Well, that's definitely
This is fair.
right.
Like, you know how big of a deal Bucky's is? Like, they put up billboards like you're 200 miles from Bucky's.
like 270 miles
like
away.
you're 5 hours away. just in case you were wondering.
We
like,
had a good laugh driving down here. We saw that sign. We're like, "Are you kidding me?"
it's like, how cocky are these guys thinking people need to know that you're 3 hours from the closest Bucky's?
Yeah.
Like, but I guess they are. Like,
they
I guess,
killed their marketing, however the
100%.
fuck they did it.
Yeah.
Because now it's just all over short form content, so they don't have to do anything other than put those signs up 5 hours from their gas station.
We're talking about it on a drifting podcast right now. It worked. Their
Simple
marketing
enough.
worked.
You fucking,
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyways, wow, Bucky's. All right, so being from Canada, have you guys done any ice drifting or anything?
He has.
You have?
Ice drifting is the most fun. It's awesome.
I want to so bad.
It's the slow. It's like 10% of the speed. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, you can go like what Osbo does is nuts. Like,
Yeah,
he's running
of course.
spikes like this. They're going faster on the ice than they are on the asphalt. I'm not about that.
Fuck that.
No, we like little baby studs, just a little bit of grip, just enough that you can just do this around every corner, and then you switch, and then just do this, and it's for tandem driving because you're going so slow. Even if you wreck, you're wrecking at 10 miles an hour. Nothing happens.
just
No
like flex
damage,
a little
yeah.
bit on
Yeah,
the
it's
door
like, oh, the
pads.
So you
door
wouldn't even
kind of
break a
pushed
tie
in.
rod.
No, nothing. And it's great for tandems, and you can run all day long. But it's weird. Like, guys actually overheat a lot more, I found, ice drifting.
Because it's too slow.
Because they're sitting on limiter with zero airflow.
Yeah,
That's
that makes
zero.
sense.
Or the rad packs full of ice.
Oh, that sucks.
Huh.
It's stuff you don't even think about.
Yeah.
You're like, it's cold out. I'm gonna say a temperature, but you guys wouldn't know what it was. It'd be like minus like 20 out. Our temperature,
Like
Canadian
zero,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
zero
yeah.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
Zero-ish.
like, why am I having an overheating problem? And then you look in the front of your car and it's just packed full. It's literally a cube of ice on top of your rad. Zero airflow.
Ice yourself.
I would
into
never
overheating.
think
That's
of
funny.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, FDF runs a Lake Series kind of fun day event thing that they do every winter. Last winter, I don't think there was much because it was too warm.
It was too warm.
But yeah, they run a cool series on the lake. It's
Because
awesome.
his, like, the FTF shop is like, I don't know, 4 blocks away from the water.
Oh wow.
No way.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
right on one of the bays out there, so
Yeah.
it's a nice spot. But it's so much fun, so cheap. It's just great seat time that you can't do on ice. There's no way to do that even in the rain. Like, you still have more grip in the rain than you do on the ice, unless you're
Really?
running monster studs. But then you got to watch like how much you taking off every lap. How much ice thickness do we have? Can we do this all day?
You want to groove it in the ice.
Right, like you don't want to take out all the ice and then end up, rear tires dipping down, because you see some ice videos, see the water starts seeping through and stuff, and then it starts getting dicey and like
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
lunatics, man.
Yeah.
Like Oswald's drifting and they're like, oh no, he's cutting too deep, he's going down, but they do it, right? Those guys are, But
So normally, what window do you have for the season of ice drifting then?
January to maybe early March, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
It's
it's gotta be
not
good.
like
Yeah.
super long.
No.
yeah.
No. It used to be, but like it's global warming's real.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's just it's not staying frozen as long, and the ice has to get to a certain thickness because you got to go plow a track out with big trucks, right?
Yeah.
So if you can't put the big trucks on the ice, guess what?
Yeah, you
We're
can't
not
do
going
shit,
drifting.
yeah.
And then you have 10 guys
Wow.
out there in cars.
Yeah, and they just sit on there all day. So but it's a blast. It's so much fun.
I've got to try that one day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think
Definitely
Minnesota
No.
Minnesota
Dude.
does it all the time.
Let's figure it out. Let's go, bro. Let's do something.
I'm
Yeah.
all for it. You just tell me when to show up
Well,
and where to show up, and I will show up.
They have the
That's-
new one now in Alberta. It's in Alberta, isn't it?
They
It's
do
an-
like a Drift Mansion Canada edition where there's like a mansion on a lakeside with ice drifting,
Ah.
and they provide all the
Oh,
cars.
the cards are
for it.
provided.
Now that
What?
see
Yeah.
that sounds like a worthwhile trip.
And it's booked out like 2 years in advance. I
just
think
like
last
Drift
time we checked,
That
It's
would
just
make
like Drift
sense.
Mansion.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we saw it, we're like, yeah, we'll take a look at this.
But Drift Mansion can
He's
run
like,
year round,
okay.
whereas these guys can run 3. Now they're Western Canada, they're Northern, so they probably have like a 4 or 5 month
Yeah.
season. But yeah, so it's our version of
Yeah,
the Drift
still
Mansion.
short.
Dude, that's sick though.
Mhm.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah,
I
definitely
gotta
gotta
do
make
some
that.
ice drifting. Scott has a plan to go up and do some ice drifting at some point this year. I'm gonna try and tag along with him.
That's a
Well,
reason.
I don't even know where he's going, but yeah. Anyways, okay. So with FMI and stuff. So to the general public, what all services do you technically provide? Is it just really anything someone comes up to you with?
So it took a few years to figure out. So I've been self-employed 11 or 12 years now. There's 5 to 7 guys at my shop, depending on what is going on. I do have a commercial fabrication side of it. which is where I started. That's my background, right? Is fabrication and machining, but then the love of cars and me getting into drifting. So the name has evolved and grown over the years. Now we're literally at a point where we are doing full race cars. So we're doing cage work, in-house machining. Now we have a whole wiring division where it's 3 bays just for doing wiring because no one wants to do wiring. And
right here, I refuse.
Yeah, and shout out to Chris. He's a madman when it comes to wiring. He loves it. He literally goes home, researches it to death. He's all about it. I give him a project, he's all about it. So like
Better
wiring.
than me.
So
Yeah,
we
Chris is the perfect amount of nerdy, like the
100%.
perfect amount.
Yeah, 100%. But it's like that's evolved where it's like we found a spot where not a lot of guys want to do wiring. I don't want to do wiring.
Mm-hmm.
I have the mental capacity to do it, but I have 100 other things I can be doing. So I just don't want to apply myself. So then I started talking about Chris. Chris helped me on a couple things, and we've evolved there. So now there's 3 bays at my shop, toolboxes, specialty tools, just for doing wiring harnesses. And it's like as soon as you tell one person you do wiring, it's just chain reaction.
Yeah.
Right? It's just crazy. So now so as soon as you can start doing wiring, you can do full car builds. So we're bringing in complete bare tubs, and these guys are going to get full competition cars rolling out of my shop.
Oh my god.
And that's where I want to aim to get the Fab Mac name to be at, right?
Okay.
And it's a lot, but that's
So there's not really any small stuff for just the average person that ever really comes through the shop. It's all
we do it
more
all the time.
bigger stuff now.
No. Like if guys want custom exhaust systems, we'll do that.
Oh, okay.
I've done machining. We've done LS swaps. We just finished an LS swap in a C4 Corvette. Won a bunch of car shows and stuff like that. We just finished a G body, did some turbo work, some brake upgrades. So like there's the quick in and out stuff, and then there's the full, like right now I've been working on it for a while, but there's full spec like 650, 750 certified drag cars that we do chassis work on and et cetera, et cetera. So we have a very big variation in what we do, and that's how we want to keep it. But we're running out of shop space.
Oh, I believe it. With how much shit's
I got cheers.
going on in there.
He's looking at me right now because I've got some stuff stored there. Like every time something comes out of the trailer, it ends up in Josh's shop.
Your scooter, your rims.
Oh, that little Honda scooter thing, that's yours?
Badass, right?
It is a pretty cool scooter.
Yeah.
But it is in his shop.
Yeah. Nah, it's fine. It is what it is. But no, that's where I want to get to, is I want to be known for building full race cars, turnkey race cars.
Like he's doing Josiah's stuff right now on the vet build. Like that's all his shop, doing the wiring and all that stuff
yeah.
too, right?
Cool.
So
I did want to ask about that
I
actually
knew that was
because
coming up.
well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The picture you posted of the mountain of Link ECU and just electronic, what all is going into that fucking car? Because he has some mad science shit going on with it that I half the time I don't even understand.
Neither do I. When it comes to suspension, I just ask him, and it is what it is, right? That's his forte.
Yeah.
And
Point and tell me where to put it.
Exactly. And Chris is no better. Chris, like my wiring guy, he likes the punishment, I swear. Because he'll just start throwing ideas out there. Like there's height sensors on all 4 corners. There's tire temperature sensors. There's this. There's that. There's
suspension travel sensors.
Yeah, there's 140 hours of wiring labor in that car.
Jesus.
Yeah. And like from nothing. That was a bare shell.
So why? Okay, I can understand that someone would want to like know that information, but like, where is it useful? Like, especially with the suspension arms, knowing the height of that could relate to grip. But like you said,
honestly, that's probably a way better question
tire.
for him.
Did you say tire temp?
Yep.
What?
Well, so you can monitor
Okay.
like DLAM and when you do your warm up and all that kind of stuff. Like he's trying to get as
Holy
much information
shit.
as he can to develop. That's his development car. He's going to learn off of it. If the suspension moves more, he can change pitment. He can change like the angles, and he can change how long his warm up is for his tires so that he doesn't overheat them. Like all this information, it'll be overstimulating. It'll be way too much. But if you can apply it and figure it out, which he will,
Yeah.
he'll learn from it. He'll develop from it. So it makes sense. Would I do it to every pro car? No. No. Like, am I putting it in these guys' cars? No.
I don't think we would even be allowed to. Would we? Most of the sensors that are in his car are not even FD legal. I mean, like as far like we
Yeah,
can't
how
even
does
have a
that even
speed sensor.
That could like he didn't probably plan on doing FD. I would assume, right? Or
I think so. Like, that's the whole goal, right? Right? He ran Prospec. It only makes
Yeah,
sense for
yeah.
him to go up to Pro 1 and push his products and himself even that much
That's
harder.
fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, think about F1 though, right? How much data they gather, how much stuff they get. Like, if you want to be the fastest car,
Yeah.
you got to get sensors on everything, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, if drifting keeps progressing like it does, it's not just going to be who the baddest driver is.
Yeah.
It's going to
So
be.
he's not really kind of making anything new. He's just taking techniques
there's-
from other
Oh,
motorsports.
there's so
that
much
are...
new stuff on that car.
Yeah.
But like other people in other motorsports are they doing that, or is
Yeah.
this something that he's just like completely made up
No,
himself?
like this is new to like he's talked to other pro drivers. Guys have similar data.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not a new thing, but he's just for him it's new.
He's
For-
just exceeding the bar, it
Yeah.
seems.
Yeah, well, and also he wants information to make his product better.
Yeah, you want to get as much information to be the most competitive car possible.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
If you have the means, if you have the means to monitor everything,
Yeah.
then monitor everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, who knows? He might discover that, hey, we always thought it was this way, but then the data shows that it's
Yeah.
this way.
Exactly.
You don't have sensors to measure that. You're never gonna know.
Yeah,
Well-
and then you have that data to throw into CAD to simulate loads, to
That's true.
simulate,
That's
you know,
true.
to
Yeah.
further, you know, if you want to
He's-
make a new version of a knuckle, you can use that data of,
Mhm.
okay, you had this load on this portion at this, you know how strong to make things, you know, where you can save weight on things, you know. I mean, it's really a lot of you can
Upping the
learn from
bar.
it.
It's as simple as that. He's gonna up
But
the bar.
my question
It's a
again is
computer.
still just the FD legality of all that stuff.
Yeah, and I haven't poked at that enough to get into it. That car we did the wiring, we did the engine program, and we did some of the fuel system and then the dry sump system. So
Okay.
yeah, one of my right hand guy, Kyle, these guys know Kyle, is my plumbing, my wrench. He gets
Bam, bam.
bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. You just point him at it and he will get it done. He will get it done. I'll allow so much time and then I'll walk in the shop and he's sitting there waiting for the next thing. Because I'm like, oh, you're done already. Let's go to the next thing.
Yeah.
And
Keep him
he,
busy.
oh yeah, that's the hard thing. It's really what it is, right? But he is my plumbing guy, so he does all the dry sump work, all the fuel line stuff, and he's great at it. He's like, I'll say it honestly, I haven't done fuel lines in a long time. And
Yeah.
he just does them and does them better than I could.
I'll say that's doing AN lines and shit like
Yep.
that is so fucking annoying.
Especially on dry
I
sump.
don't
Oh,
I don't understand how someone finds enjoyment out of stuff like that.
But if you're one of those weirdos who do like AN stuff, you should see his drawer. His AN drawer is like,
Oh, it's a good.
Oh,
drawer.
Hold it up.
you're
That's a
worth
good
a lot
drawer.
of fucking money
like,
if you can
He's-
stand doing
he's
that
probably
shit.
got 120 grand in AN fittings just sitting
nah,
there.
no,
Nah, it's a lot.
nah.
I'm just kidding.
it's a
Between-
big drawer.
It's
Yeah.
a big drawer.
Yeah.
Those fittings are not cheap.
No.
Let's
Fuck
be real.
no.
Like there's like 20 AN down to like
I just ordered a 90-degree fitting. That's fucking $20.
Well, and I hate hoses and hose clamps. AN,
I agree.
AN everything,
Yeah.
right? It is what it is. And like I want to buy a crimping machine next. So then you can do the crimp
Oof.
ANs and then you're all good to go, right?
You mean you don't want push lock? You don't like push lock on everything?
Do you really want to start this conversation on a podcast?
Do it.
Yeah.
No, that was just a slight poke at Brennan because he uses push lock for everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And I just it scares me. You know, like,
why would
when-
it scare? Like,
Why do you mean? You just
See?
stick it on there.
I feel you.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you to explain.
Okay,
it.
so push lock fittings, you just stick inside the hose.
I wouldn't trust a push
and
lock.
you're gonna then trust your, highly
barb.
combustible.
I have
fuel.
one push lock on my car,
go
and
through
it's
it
where
all.
the fucking because the 350Z has that weird push lock fuel line,
Yep.
and there was only one
Okay,
way
no,
to
no,
adapt that.
that's
That was the
different.
only
Same.
thing.
That's a different push
That's
lock.
different. That's like
Okay.
like a dry fitting. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Is that
It's kind of dry lock, but it's not dry lock.
So no, like push lock. Literally, you've got the hose, like rubber hose, and then you've got a fitting that's got like 2 or 3 barbs on it, and that's all.
Yeah.
That's it. So
clamp.
you got your
yeah,
100
exactly.
and
I wouldn't
whatever-
trust that.
No, but
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Brennan's entire car is push lock. Fuel lines, oil, everything's push lock.
And hey, if it works,
It works. No, it works. It's just terrifying.
I'm sure it's easier to work with, but
Yeah.
I couldn't
well,
handle the pressure of that, worrying about it all the time.
Well, and you hope it handles the pressure too.
Yeah,
It
that's
does
it.
work.
Yeah.
Like it has factually, like he did his whole car with it to test it out, and it has worked.
It's just
I like
different
the AN
procedures,
stuff, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Shorky sitting here going, "What's push lock?"
Yeah, I looked at it on the front. What the fuck is push lock? Like,
He's like, do we want that on my?
No.
you'll see it on that camera. I look.
Yeah, you'll literally see him look at
Zooms
me.
in on
yeah,
him.
100%. Well, yeah, that's kind of how this works. There's people ask questions and he'll like look at me. I'm like, I got it.
Don't worry, it's
Yeah.
Oh,
covered.
there's builders and there's drivers, and I'm not a builder.
And
in any sense of the
it's
word.
probably easier that way. The dynamic works way better if the driver just allows the builder to do its thing, and the builder
Well, it allows you not to have to stress about stuff like that. You
The
don't even know.
only- yeah,
So why?
The only time we have issues with it is when I know there's something wrong with the car. Like I know, because I'm like, what's that kid story where the princess sits there with fucking
the
30
princess and the
mattresses
pea.
and there's the pea
Princess
on the
and the pea,
bottom?
yeah.
Like if there's a pea under my
know what
30
you're talking about.
mattresses and he says it's not there, and I know it's there, I won't back down.
Your throttle cable.
Yeah, so we had a throttle cable, and so I've driven this car 1,000 times. I'm telling you right now, the throttle cable is off. Something's off. Something's sticking. Something's. He goes, no, same cable, same everything. It's fine. It's in your head. I'm like, dude, something is wrong with this cable. I sit in this seat. I know something's wrong. And it was one strand of the throttle cable was kind of nicking the sleeve around it.
Yeah,
like
so-
fraying a little bit.
Yeah, so like the low
Yeah.
car throttle cables like that
Yeah.
everyone uses. The outer shield is like a coiled steel, right?
Okay.
The way it was cut, and it looks like one of the coils opened up and grabbed the cable and was just sitting against the braid. So the zip, 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 that was going back and forth, and he could feel it in his pedal. And we sat there for 10 minutes to make sure it's fine. Just drive the car.
Just drive through it.
So I'm like, I'm gonna take this thing apart. And I'm gonna show him it's all fine. And I took everything apart and I looked at him
You
like,
had to eat your own words real quick.
And I look at him like this, just
yeah. But
yeah.
Don't say shit. Just fix it.
but the way we are, I will admit my faults when I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll admit, I fucked up.
I've always thought that was crazy how just without even knowing, you can just feel that stuff. There was a story I saw one time of I think it was F1 or whatever. It was one of the faster cars, the Grand Prix style cars, whatever it is. But it was set up in a road, like a normal street downtown roads, and someone had hit a wall and pushed it like 1/8 of an inch. And the lead driver was so technical that he would come like, I mean, a cunt hair between his tires and the wall. And he came around one time and ended up hitting it. And he was like, I was in the exact same spot. That wall moved. I know it did. And dude, like everyone tried to doubt him and all this shit. And they actually went back, checked the cameras. And when that car hit it, it moved it ever so slightly that it came in a little bit from where he hit it. So like he had to have hit it up here.
Yeah.
And it curved in, and that ruined that lead guy's run just because the wall moved a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's
And
how good
strategic
good
it is.
some guys
Yeah.
are, right?
I was like, dude, that's insane that you can even just feel something so minuscule.
But there was you remember the Steph Curry basketball video? He was just dribbling in the warm up and he hit a dead spot in the floor and he just missed his dribble.
Yeah.
And he goes, This wasn't me. Like I can dribble a ball and like there's something wrong with your floor.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, there was a dead spot in the floor and they had to change it out and it was fine.
So
just,
cool, dude.
Just bouncing a ball from here, he could tell that the floor was broken.
Yeah.
Like you would never think like how cocky does that sound? Like dude, no,
Your
your floor's
floor's wrong.
I didn't mess up. Like your
you think
floor's
you're
broken.
that good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your floor's broken.
Yeah, exactly.
I am that good. I'm Steph Curry. Like
Yeah.
your floor and it was.
That's hilarious.
But as like say a crew chief, because I crew chief his car, it's good too because Riverside happened. He was practicing. He goes out in front of Derek Madison. They're having their fun.
Yeah.
And he had to call off the run and go off in the center. I'm like, whoa, that's weird of Shorty. What the hell just happened? Gets on the radio. He goes, something's off. We got to check the rear. All right. Backs in the parking spot. Jack car up. I literally grab the passenger rear wheel and it moves like
All
probably
over the place.
probably like half an inch. And I look in behind it and the 3 bolts that hold the wheel bearing on were loose. Tighten those back up, paint marker them, send them back out. Car was fine after that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he was like, no, he's got on the radio. He's like, something's wrong. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because you get
So
used to do
cool.
it. You get used to knowing, like you do this with your hands, your car should be pointing. Like the
Yeah,
same
it's
with
all
the sim.
second
Your
nature.
sim.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, we suck so bad at sim. Oh,
Oh, I do too. It's horrible.
So neither one of us
Yeah.
have ever tried a sim before.
It was fun.
but yeah, you
Dude,
can
I said it a million times before. You start in drifting and then go to a sim.
It
It does
doesn't work that way.
not fucking translate.
Works the other way.
You just flip that.
Wes is trying to be really defensive about this.
No,
No,
Wes,
no,
Wes is
really.
great. Wes just goes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
No. I mean, I can drive a sim, okay, but that's because I've been doing it long enough. Like when I first started driving a sim, I already knew how to drive a drift car. Couldn't drive a sim. Couldn't drive a sim. Couldn't drive a sim. Couldn't drive a sim. And then all of a sudden I got it. Now I can drive a sim. I can drive a sim great. It's easy.
Yeah.
But you can't. I can feel things that I learn in the sim come into play later. Like before the 50K, I practiced the Riverside track in the sim. It's fairly accurate representation. It's just something somebody made. I don't really know who made it, but it's a fairly accurate representation. I feel like the car is fairly similar to the way that mine feels, and I was able to actually feel that hey, this thing I did in the sim, this is exactly how I'm driving it in real life.
Translates
Like,
over.
Yeah.
it translates over pretty well, but it just doesn't go the other way. If you could be hit any driver here, I think, and you're gonna hop on the sim the first few times, and it's not gonna come together.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
of
almost
it's just
yeah. And
just
I almost
not.
puked because of motion sickness with
yeah,
the
well,
car
that's the
too.
virtual
Yeah.
reality
Yeah.
headsets
That-
mess with people based on whatever refresh rate, and like if you turn your settings up, then you get lower refresh rates effectively sometimes, and if you just dip down, if you have like a valley in your refresh rate for a minute that goes under, like I think it's like 70 frames per second or something like that, your brain just says, "Oh, we got to get sick." Like, it's really how it works. Like, it doesn't matter if you get motion sickness or not. Otherwise, I've never actually felt it myself, but I've seen so many people on my headset, on others, and it just happens. And
Weren't you there the day that I threw up?
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, I saw
had,
that.
Bro.
one.
I had to lie down.
I wasn't even on the
sim.
sim for more than like what, 5 minutes?
If that.
5 or 10 minutes, and then I fucking
And
get
you
up.
just like took it off.
and
you're
I'm
like,
sitting there. I'm
It's like,
dude. Yeah, exactly. I got up and I was like taking some deep breaths.
I'm not gonna make it.
Something's not right, dude. I don't feel like I'm not cognitively there. So I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. And I go to the bath. Dude, as soon as I laid eyes on the toilet, I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh
It'll
my
get you.
God.
I had to go for a walk.
Yeah, it's rough.
Because it's really weird. Because I had just driven that track like a week ago. So I'm like, this is the same run up. Gear, let go here, flick here. And then I go in the sim, straight in the wall. I'm like, no, that's not what happens in my car. But we were so bad at the sim. We crashed his computer like 3 times. Because like the G shock
It
things he was
doesn't
saying.
like when you crash.
And we crashed the car all the
Like
time.
my computer will crash if you crash a bunch in a set
Oh,
of Corsa.
wow.
I don't know if it's just a me thing, but if everybody else experiences that or not. But it seemed that just the basic analysis that I've done, I'm not a computer person. Like I am not. He's not a mechanic.
If you guys know, let
I'm
us
not
know
a
in the
computer
comments
person.
so we can fix it.
If you hit the wall a bunch of times, or if you hit any solid objects, some of the cones are coded as solid objects, it crashes. Like the game crashes, and like it
It's like
just.
some AI shit.
But
It thinks
if
it's
you
dying.
drive drive clean and you don't hit anything solid, I can go for hours and it never cares. But as soon as you start crashing, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, we made it last like 3 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Wes is broken again. Come reset it. Because it starts spazzing out. Then you're like, oh, I'm really getting sick now.
Yeah, that's bad too. Because like when it crashes, like you're still in the VR and like everything starts going crazy on the screen, and like the wheel starts wiggling, and like
Oh yeah.
like even though I don't get the motion sickness or whatever, if that happens, I have to take it off immediately because it's just like such a violent.
The
It's not,
Fanatec
like-
wheel that Scott has, dude, when you hit a wall, that thing fucking slingshots out of your hand.
Oh yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, sim stuff, I opened a message this morning that I didn't realize I had in my DMs.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, dude, I felt so bad. I told her, I was like,
That
dude, I'm
happens
so
to me
sorry. I
weekly.
didn't mean, I just now saw this. But this dude randomly, have you driven the LS Fest layout
No.
at Beachpin? Okay,
No.
so you may actually want this. Randomly DM'd me and was like, I've noticed you guys talk about the LS Fest layout at Beachpin a lot. So I took it upon myself to make the fucking track with the LS Fest
Why
layout.
have you just now?
I just opened it this morning.
Okay, well, where do we find this? 'Cause
What's it
I
gonna be
will
tonight?
send
I'm
you-
gonna play that tonight.
I'll send you the Google Drive
I'm
link
going
after this. I swear to
tomorrow
God. I have
to
it.
LS
I
Fest.
sent it to Scotty. Dude, I know.
You think about how useless
Dude,
that is.
okay, look, listen. I do Scotty's media.
Yeah.
This has been sitting in my DMs for probably 2 months now. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. But probably 2 months. And dude, as soon as I opened it, the first thing I thought about was Scott. I was like, whatever. All right, just send it to him. I was like, I just realized this was here. Here you go. Have it. Because he plays the sim all the time. So now I'll send it to y'all. So
Well,
y'all got it.
I mean, it's
Well,
the first
send
track
it to
I've
Wes.
ever
We'll have to
Yeah.
try to not crash it tonight. I probably will crash it, but like we're still at the point where we can't even like drift a corner
We
yet.
can't make a corner.
I was getting to the point. I was getting the hang of it. I'm like, oh, this is sick, and then I start to turn my head like I would in real life. And as soon as I turn my head, nope, done. You gotta out.
Yeah, same thing. I'm like,
Out.
you know what? I'm gonna drive it like a normal car, and you just look over and like, no,
It's like,
no,
oh,
no. Yeah,
Because
no.
you expect to feel that and you don't, and it's just
And the fresh air. Like normally when you're drifting,
Yeah.
you can feel the air
That's
and you
true.
can hear everything.
There's no inertia.
That's
It
something
doesn't
I've
match
never
up.
noticed was feeling the fresh air. I don't
Do you drift with your windows closed?
know.
Oh.
but like I've just never physically paid attention to that.
I'll be straight. I don't really feel a whole bunch of fresh air in a fire suit and a helmet and everything.
Yeah.
either,
Yeah,
but-
that's and especially
know
the
what you
helmet.
mean.
And now if I don't put my visor down,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
feel it because
And the
I'm
tire
definitely
trunks.
feeling all the tire in my eyes. But and that's a dude wearing glasses with your helmet. I understand they make them with cutouts, but I can't do
Why are you
it.
looking at me?
Because you're blind as shit. I don't have bad eyes. I don't wear sunglasses, so
Yeah,
we just.
yeah.
I have
knock
really
on, go.
sensitive eyes because they're blue. I fucking hate blue eyes. But even then, dude, I still cannot wear glasses in my helmet.
You gotta get the right shield. I
We
don't
have-
wear glasses. I have ridiculously sensitive eyes, but I just have a really good shield that I don't have
Oh
to
no,
wear.
no, that's I put tint on my shield and
Oh,
stuff, so that helps.
You know, you're
but-
talking about like
it's just
reading glasses, like to see better.
No, just some people refuse to wear the visor and they just wear Scott does it. Scotty D, he does it. He'll wear sunglasses.
I think
Every
it's
once in a while he'll throw his visor down, but
It's not the same. Like in comp, you have to be visor down. There's
Yeah, there's
chunks
not
of
an
stuff
option.
flying off
Yeah.
the tires. Like,
well, yeah.
you got to be wearing it. But I have 4 different visors, 5 different visors, depending on track temp and glare and time of day, and sometimes run the orange,
Man, I
sometimes
would
run
have
the
never
clear.
thought of that. Have
So we run
different types.
We just have
Yeah.
5 different
yeah,
visors
no,
in the
definitely.
bag.
That's a thing.
Yeah, you have your clears, you have your tinted, you have your smoked, you have
You have your
like, different,
orange.
yeah, orange, yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Night
for
Okay,
different-
so nobody's ever talked about this. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
what,
that's-
what are certain
yeah.
scenarios?
Think about it. Like you go outside on a super cloudy day, you're gonna wear your darkest sunglasses.
Absolutely not.
No.
So that makes sense.
So then you bring, the amber one to pick up more color. Or it's super sunny, I need the super tinted one.
Mm-hmm.
Why
So
have I
then you
not
wear the,
thought
like,
about this?
full-on
Because like
reflective
nighttime
one.
too. You don't want your
Nighttime,
tinted
I go clear because
I
I
do too.
find the yellow one picks up too much of the light and it just focuses on that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Whereas the clear, you just get acclimatized
And
to
if
the dark.
you have the yellow, if it has even the slightest of imperfection in it or scratch, the light just makes it that like it like has
Holy
like a
shit.
like a what's the word? Whatever people with astigmatism see when they look at lights, how it's like all
Yeah,
it
that's
Yeah.
right.
spreads. It's a
Oh,
light
yeah,
spread. It
it's-
just
yeah,
spreads
it
yeah.
spreads the light such a weird way. I prefer the clear at night too, but yeah,
If
So
it's
what is
foggy,
wait?
like
What did you say the
foggy-
yellow one was for?
Nighttime.
foggy, overcast, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Low light
Dude, yeah,
situations.
yeah, just low light.
That just blew my mind. I don't know.
But a lot of guys just have the cool hot boy tinted visor
Mhm.
that's,
Yeah.
like the holographic on the outside, which is useless any other time except if
Other
it's
than
sunny.
like complete
Sun,
bright
yeah.
sun.
Yeah.
Because it's like the one that I like the most, it's like almost like a goldy purpley mirror finish. So when I, like in photos, it looks
It looks
sick.
sick,
on grid.
yeah.
of course.
But if it was anything after like not even sunset, I wouldn't be able to see out the car.
Yeah. It'd be pitch black. It's like driving with like 5% tinted windows
Yeah,
at nighttime. Like you got to put your windows down in reverse.
Yeah.
The same thing, right? It's just too dark for certain
Fuck,
situations.
dude. That's so fun because like in baseball back then, I always had glasses, but I would never wear them whenever I was like physically playing.
Yeah.
Like if it was during innings and stuff, it was just in between when I was in the dugout or whatever, but waiting to hit. So I completely understand. I don't know why I've never thought of that.
Yeah, me neither.
There's a bunch of firsts
It's-
today.
yeah,
The
it's-
more you know.
Yeah. There you go.
The FDF stuff. So what do you guys think? How does he set? I know we talked about a lot about him and what he does for his company and stuff, but what is the main thing, if you had to put a pin in it, that sets him apart from all the other angle kit companies and all of
Like,
that?
so me selfishly with the vet build, it was, I need angle. He's like, okay, we'll make you an angle kit. And then it was 2 events later, it's like, I can't get the car to zero out camber-wise anywhere. I'm getting terrible tire wear. I need adjustable uppers. I was like, okay, come scan them. And then he makes those for us. Can't do that with WiseFab. You can't do that with whatever. So it's a small company that is Canadian, so we take full
Yeah.
advantage of it. Like
And
that's-
he's 2 hours away from us.
Yeah. So anything we need.
Well,
done,
yeah.
Right. So
Right.
like we have a completely different view on that because we've known him since. Also, we want to support our boy. Like
Yeah.
literally, I drifted with
That's
him.
interesting.
Right. I drifted with him, and he takes input. Like I've had input on stuff, and he's applied it, and he's changed it, and he's like agreed with me or taught me differently because
Yeah.
my input was wrong. But I'm not a suspension guy, right? So we learn from him, right? We've learned different things, so it's like that different view of it. Now, Wes, you didn't know him at all before.
No.
And you run his product.
Well, that was honestly the reason I started was because that was what was available
Mhm.
for the vet.
Yep.
Because I had a WiseFab car, I still have it. Had the WiseFab 240. WiseFab wasn't out for the vet yet, so I was like, well, kind of have to try this out. But it's become better to me because it's a more complete car support. Kind of like you said, like, oh well, I needed rear upper control arms.
And look at his catalog.
There's everything.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, there's everything, and same thing for me. Like I said to him, hey, I really want to put this Winners in the C5. I know you've made stuff for a C6, please. And he was like, yeah, sure. And it was like, no time.
And you were the first C5 to have a quick change.
Yeah, first quick change, front mounted trans.
That
C5.
hit. Yeah, I actually gave him one of your subframes to scan for him. See, there's that.
You're welcome, Wes.
Yeah, there's that.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Dude, that's so sick.
There's
a lot
just that
easier,
connection, right? Like it's like we know on a different level. And also, Riverside's a prime example. The owner of FDF's walking around the track. If you want to go talk to him, he's right there.
Yeah,
he drives. It's like it's
got
just
trailer
it's
full
accessibility.
Of spares.
Yeah, it's accessibility that I think it makes a difference.
And
Because like most people, I bet you like, who owns Wise Fab? Whose company?
no fucking clue. Honestly, I have no idea. Who
Nobody
the
knows.
Wise Fab is.
Nobody ever knows.
Like and the biggest knock with the FDF is saying, oh, it comes loose in that. If you just grind off the powder coat where their jam nuts are,
which
nothing
actually
will
is not
ever-
even a thing anymore because he's changed.
Yeah, and nothing will ever come loose, and that's it. Like if
Yeah.
that's your biggest gripe with the kit, the stuff comes loose, then bull check your stuff more.
Yeah,
That's
They're a
that
comp
simple.
car. Bolt check everything.
yeah.
Like you have to. It should be part of your procedure. Change your tires. Change your oil. Check your bolts.
Because it takes one
Well,
run to loosen
ideally, any part you're putting on that doesn't naturally come there from the factory, you would obviously want to check the bolts every once in a while.
It's
But it happens in one run. Like I went wide on outer 3, and that's what loosened up the wheel bearing, like we talked about earlier. And it was one run. The one run before was perfectly tight. After one run, it was gone. Right? We don't check after every run, but if something feels loose, then you go check it again. Right? Paint mark everything, do all that. I don't do that. I've watched it enough times.
That's
I've watched
something I
him do
need
it
to
enough
make a
times.
better habit of is paint marking.
I don't ever do that either. I just check it. I just torque check.
Yeah.
I honestly, after the fact, I end up not even really truly torquing anymore. I'm just like,
Reefing. You're reefing.
yeah. It's feel. It's all feel.
Yeah.
But paint mark
Second
does
nature.
wonders. Like because you can see it if it spins out. Like it spins off, you can see. Or it's like, oh, that's moving more. Right.
Oh yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Not like I'm against it. I just am kind of a little too lazy. Just a little bit too lazy.
Yeah.
I'd rather be doing anything else.
See, I bolt check because I don't want to hear him gripe about it.
I bolt check. I just like I don't know. Do it the easy way. I'm just like even if I'm real honest, I get under there on my FDF Heims with an adjustable wrench. I'm like, yep. Okay, let me adjust that. Yep. Yep. Because there's like 2 or 3 different sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're never like loose because I scraped the powder coating off of the.
Yeah.
Because that was, it's not a problem.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I guess. How are we at? We're at an hour 43.
What else is there that we didn't
One more
talk about?
question, actually. So, what is one thing that you hear a lot in the drift community that you don't agree with and you think is just kind of silly?
Wall taps that are not wall taps. What I mean by that is like guys who will wreck their shit and say they wall tap. That is not a wall tap. That's my hot take on it. I don't like people like I love the idea of pumpkin smashing competition, stuff like that. Like it's cool if you drift it clean and your bumper takes it out. But for the guy, what was the one NASCAR driver who just fucking sent
Was
like,
it Ross Chastain?
Yeah.
Yeah, just all the way around the outer
like,
wall. Yeah.
That's cool, but like
You wrecked
it
your
wasn't
shit.
a wall tap. Like
Yeah.
you just caved in your car. Like that's my
Accordion.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are building their cars to do that now. Like you don't have any actual structure in the rear; it's just like body, and then they just kind of crunch in. It's like you really screwed up that run, but you can't really tell because your car didn't hit anything.
Yeah.
What was the question again? I went off a wall tap rant. What was the
No,
original
that's pretty
question?
much
again?
no. It's just like,
I
Nailed it. What are you talking
heated.
about?
I get heated with that because
no, you're good. You
That was
immediately went in
exactly
that.
what I was asking. Basically, your hot take on shit that people say in drifting.
pretty much that's pretty much it. And
Yeah.
it's like drifting is just it's more about the whole experience of it than anything else. Like that's the cool part about drifting. It's
And like I tell people all the time, like just take your time,
Yeah.
enjoy it. Like if you don't enjoy it, don't go. Right? Like I don't know.
drive within your means is another one too. Like
And your budget, and your wallet, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Like
drifting's cool, but it's not worth ruining the rest of your life for.
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to ask the last question. Y'all just answered it.
which is what?
The best piece of advice for anyone getting into drifting.
Yeah.
It's every podcast.
The best piece of advice is just go try it.
Yeah.
Right? I started drifting. I hated it. I thought it was the stupidest thing ever. I'm like, this is wasteful. You guys spend too much money on
Dude,
this
that's
stuff.
actually surprising to hear. Not
Right?
very many people say that.
Like this is, but then I did it once. And I was like, fuck, now I gotta drift.
You
It's-
cocksuckers.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Oh, you're
though.
an addict now. You're
Yeah, I can say that I've ruined a couple of my buddies who tried to like keep up with the level of, because we went from like that Cools car to pure comp car to let's go travel all across the U.S. like fairly quickly. You know, some
within
guys are trying
2
to keep
years.
up with it, and it's like, just stick with the grassroots stuff, man. Like that's what you're for. Just have fun, grassroots. I miss the grassroots days. Like, I
No,
don't.
you
we
don't.
don't get. I do. I
you do to a certain level, but you need the comp.
I do. I
Yeah.
couldn't only do grassroots because I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
only do fun days because I would get bored of it.
Yeah.
But I do miss it sometimes. Like
Oh,
I want to go drift my BMW.
That's what I live
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
But there's also that side of things is like when you get into drifting, if you can choose either grassroots or comp, pick one or the other. Because it's hard to use using a comp car in grassroots gets expensive.
Yeah,
Overkill.
that's rough.
Overkill.
Oh, it you just start. We've seen it. We've witnessed it. We've gone to Erie, one of our favorite tracks, in 3 days of drifting a comp car.
Overkill. It's
Barrel of fuel, 30 tires, this, that, nothing, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my god!" Like the
All
amount
just
of
to piss it
maintenance.
away.
just
like,
wear
you-
just wear and tear, but it's wear and tear on
Yeah.
the parts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like to test. Sure, go put 10 tires through a car if you're testing a new setup.
Mhm.
Not 30, right? I'm always the one calming him down because I'm like, dude, like we're good, like we're good, right? But if you want to go do grassroots, build a car for grassroots. If you want to go do comp, go build a comp car, right? Stop trying to comp your street car.
Do
Right.
you suggest people that are just starting out though to go ahead and build a full-on comp car?
No, go try. Go sit in a passenger seat. Go with your buddies. See how it is.
But I'm all for them building a purposely built drift
A
car.
purpose-built
From
drift
the
car.
yeah.
jump.
Yes.
Definitely.
Like if you had a 350Z and you put an angle kit and a hydro and coilovers in the seat, like to me that's a perfect starter
And a
car.
cage.
Yeah.
Like if you were to like some of these
Don't even need a cage.
No,
for
but I'm
C
just
group.
saying,
Like,
like a
yeah.
cage doesn't change your performance, but it makes it safer.
Yeah.
Right.
that's like a lot for an investment to start. Like you're gonna drop $5,000 in a cage right off the bat. That's a big chunk of
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, I'd say save
Right.
that for later.
I still don't
Yeah.
have a cage in my car.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, I know Z's are fairly structurally safe, and I don't do competitive stuff.
Yeah,
I'm never
that's
in
why
any
it's perfect for
competition.
that.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I
But-
just need a harness bar in there, and then I'm fine.
Mhm. But like guys that go and try drift their street cars and then drive them home.
Yeah, that's absurd to me.
See, I said that. Remember, I said something about that, and everybody in what it was either my first episode or something. I said something about like having a ability to get your car to and from the track and stuff. And people were like, "Oh wow, why can't I drift my only car?" It's not a good
yeah,
idea.
I mean, sure you can.
You
It's
can.
just be willing to deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
that
It's just
come with
another.
that.
It's another hot take. It's like some people want to be the hot boy who drives it to the track with his roof, packed with tires and go drift all day in the drive, and that's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome. But
super
I
respectable.
do not trust myself enough to do that.
Yeah.
No,
Right,
I
like
think
you
if we're
drive it
giving
hard.
advice, it's
Yeah.
not good advice to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Especially you go somewhere like mid pond, hot lapping all
Yeah.
fucking day,
Yeah.
dude.
It
No,
can't be both. It can't
absolutely
be a
not. I get
street
too
car.
caught up.
Yeah, it can't be a street car and a drift car. It's gonna do both of them. You only have 100%.
Yeah.
So if you go 100% street or 100% drift, they work great. But if you got to sacrifice on one area to make do for another, it's like it's never gonna be a great comp car and it's gonna be a terrible street car.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Very quickly.
yeah, that's the
On
thing.
the
is
one out
I
of a
think
million chance.
it's easier to make it a terrible street car than it
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
yeah, like I have a 335 with angle, no hydro and stuff, but it has a welded diff and stuff. But full interior, AC works, stereo. That would be the closest thing to do like a drift week style car with.
Yeah.
But like, it's not a great drift car.
Right.
Right. It's an okay street car. It's an okay drift car, but it's not a great either one of them.
Mhm.
That's
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just choose something and run with it.
Yep.
But
especially now with everyone needing cages. Like you can't drive a cage car on the street anyways, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know what the laws are like here, but you can't do that at home. Like,
I think
you
it's isn't it technically illegal in Tennessee?
I don't know. I've driven.
West's not
cage-
allowed.
I've
Not
never-
legal
okay.
advice, yeah.
I'll say
I've been pulled
never seen
over
a
in
cop
my
actually
caged.
give a shit.
I've been pulled over in my caged cars multiple times, and never has the question been that it has
Yeah.
a roll cage. It's just like
everything
Yeah.
else.
So then
It's
it's
I've
just
never
like,
seen
yeah.
a cop give a
Yeah,
shit
they're like,
whatsoever. but
why do you have this car on the street with all like it doesn't look like a street car? They're like, what are you doing? I'm just like, I'm just driving around, putting a new clutch in it.
Sunday fun day?
Yeah. I don't know. I used to drive it to work before it had the 4-speed because it was still
It's still a
Your
Corvette.
current-
I remember seeing
Your
you
current
driving around town
C5,
in
you
it.
would drive
Yeah,
that on the street.
with
Yeah,
angle
livery and
yeah.
all.
Yeah, livery cage, all fire suppression system. I drive it to an appointment.
I drove one time in my car without like full my helmet on and stuff. I'm like, this car's way too loud. This car sucks. I never want to drive this again without a helmet on. Like this, blew my eardrums out.
Not an issue.
Yeah,
it was good.
He won the event. He was all happy. He made a pull down the back stretch without his helmet on, and he was like, it's too loud.
Terrible, bad idea.
Yeah, I used to drive my S chassis with the RB25 and everything, full like Wise Fab V2 and all that. I drive that to work too.
That wasn't very loud though.
It's not that loud. No, turbo
cars.
Yeah.
Big muffler.
Yeah.
No muffler.
Big.
Just
No, the turbo is
turbo
loud.
acts like a
yeah.
muffler.
Yeah. Like, well, I wouldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't accuse me of that.
Muffler, no.
Yeah, no.
Hell yeah. Well, actually, you didn't give your hot take. What is your hot take?
My hot take? I don't know, man. The people are still mad about my last ones. What is my hot take? I don't know.
I won't
guess...
make a reel out of this one.
Oh, you sure?
I'm sure there's gonna be like
No, just make it out of me judging him when he says it. We can make my judgment. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I give a lot of drifting advice. I feel like not that I'm someone that knows everything. I just get asked a lot, and I think I ultimately just, like I've said before, and I doubled down on it. Just get your infrastructure set up. Don't don't get over your head. I know some people personally that they want a certain thing out of drifting, and they're at a certain point with their organization, and you have to keep in mind where you're at. You can't let yourself get ahead of yourself, because I'm my worst enemy because of that. I want more for myself, more for my team constantly, and that can lead you down the path of making decisions that are not really founded in fact. They're founded in a fantasy at a point. And so just staying realistic and staying on top of what you want out of something versus where you're at. That's not really a hot take, but that's my advice.
Fair enough. Well, cool. I appreciate that. Well, if you guys want to plug yourself, anybody you want to plug, go for it.
Andrew Shorty from Misfits Drift at Misfits Drift on Instagram, and we're looking forward to some cool stuff next year.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And I will do a little selfish plug. My Instagram got hacked, rebuilding that whole thing.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
So Fab Mac Industries on Instagram, fabmac.industries. Go check it out. I'm working. I got so many people bugging me because I'm so deep in my shop that I don't post much, and I'm working on it. Wes rags on me. Josiah really rags on me because he's like, dude, you do a lot of stuff and you never post. I'm trying. I'm working on it, right? It's a whole new thing. Wes came down, did a bunch of shooting, and it was a new world for me. Like, I'm not used to having a camera around. I'm not used to, like, this is all new, right? But yeah, come check us out. We're good about, I try my best to answer questions. I get asked questions all the time. And we try and help people out. Even if it's not something I can do to give you a part or help, if you have questions, we're there.
Oh yeah. That makes sense, because I was following your old account and I noticed that there was another one. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, it's gone.
So that makes sense.
Yep.
You can find me at Cloud Motorsports on Instagram and YouTube. I'm trying to be, as I said before, a good source of information for anybody that wants to learn about drifting. So if you want to learn, if I know the answer or if I can get the answer from somebody else that I know, I will for you. So shoot me a message at Cloud Motorsports on Instagram. Connect with me there. Give me a follow, and you can see what all I'm up to.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, that is pretty much it for this one. I really appreciate y'all coming on. Well, probably the farthest away, I would assume.
For now.
Yeah,
for now.
Yeah.
And the first Canadians, we'll take that one.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good.
Actually, I have some Canadian audience out there.
It's about to grow.
The last person to buy merch from the site was Canadian, actually.
That's
So
interesting
that's
that you
perfect.
know that.
The shipping address, right?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the currency.
I was just like, what?
It says it on the currency. It says CAD
I
instead of
see,
US.
I see.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I see.
But no, we'll take that one. We'll take first Canadians down here.
Yeah,
That's a
there
cool
you go.
title.
Well, next time we'll have to come up to Canada for y'all. I've never
Circle
been
of Drift.
outside the US.
Maple
Do
syrup
it. Just
edition.
do it during the wintertime. We'll do
Yeah.
some ice drifting.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
That's
Come
the
walk
thing.
through the shop. We'll take you around. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Wes had an experience when he came up. So
You're gonna have to be okay with
Didn't
going
you
to
called
Tim
me on the
Hortons
way
like
there,
4
didn't you?
times. Yeah, I did. Yeah, you're gonna have to be okay with going to Tim Hortons like 4 times a day for this guy to get coffee, though. If you ever go to Canada.
Oh, dude, I'll go with you. I
It's
love
not.
coffee.
It's not coffee though. Josh
It's
is
tea.
actually he's like an
It's
85-year-old woman
It's
in
hot
disguise.
tea.
It's,
It's
it's
steep
tea.
It's tea.
yeah.
Look at his look.
No, it's hot steep tea. It's
Like not like
I-
sweet tea
no.
like you guys
no,
have.
no,
Like
no,
just
no. Okay.
Any
look,
tea.
Orange-
I
orange
don't even
Pico.
know. I don't like tea in general. Like sweet tea,
Ooh.
unsweet, all of it, disgusting. Hate it.
All right, so
Worst
I have a
drink on
coffee
earth.
in the morning, and I used to drink way too much coffee through the day. So then I kicked it back to tea. So I have my one coffee in the morning, and then I have my tea throughout the day, like multiple, and it's not so bad.
Dude, he's such a liar.
I'm worse than you.
No.
I'm like two cups of Death Wish coffee for one, which is like the strongest coffee in the world, apparently. That's what it says. I don't know if that's real. And then I move on to a NOS, and then water or Dr. Pepper or whatever after that. But
No,
that's every fucking day.
He will go around his shop
Oh boy.
and
I knew it.
amalgamate every half drank or quarter drank tea, coffee, whatever, pour it into one cup.
Oh no, dude!
It's one of the grosser things.
No.
I kind of saw it happen because like he would just be walking around and there'd be a cup and he'd just take it, drink it. Like,
So
it
it's
might
like,
have been
bro,
that.
what?
Yeah.
He loves his caffeine. He loves
Suicide
his caffeine.
tea.
No,
Yeah.
it's the swamp water. It's the swamp
It's
water.
all tea. It's the same. So like
They're all his.
Yeah,
They're all his.
they're all mine.
They're all his. It's just
They're
how
all
many
mine.
days
Oh,
old
that's
is it?
fair.
Did I
Yeah.
leave this here yesterday or last week? That's the.
I gotta do the smell test, but other than that, I warm it back up. Take it go.
Smell.
Because I normally have one in my office. I got like one in the machine shop. I normally got one floating around in the fab area, in the car area, and I normally have one in my truck. And then at the end of the night, when everyone goes home, and I
Oh,
don't want to go
man.
back out. I just make another one. And these guys have witnessed it. I'm not even, and it's no shame.
Behind the scenes of Fab Mac Industries.
Runs on tea.
That's hilarious,
Tim Hortons,
dude.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I literally have
I would
people
rock
trained.
I'd rock a Tim Hortons delivery on the side of my car.
Yeah, we've
I'd
joked
rock
around
it.
about it. Yeah,
100%.
yeah. But it's
That's
just
so funny.
Yeah.
I'm not Canadian enough for that, but I would try.
If Duncan offered you a full ride to put driving on Duncan on the side of your car, Wes, you would have a Duncan hat
Oh,
on
yeah.
with a Dunkin'
Damn
hat on.
right,
I'm just saying,
son.
if you hold a
I would
Dunkin'
damn
cup,
for it,
like,
but I'm not Canadian enough to
Yeah.
have the
Yeah.
Tim Hortons. I got to find something else. I got to get a milk tea.
you got to find a
you got
goddamn-
milk.
I gotta
to
get a milk tea.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk about my tea habits. Your milk is pretty close.
Purity, where you at,
Worse.
baby?
No, I drink more milk than you drink tea. I think.
Mm.
Do you drink a gallon of tea a day?
This man definitely
No.
drinks more milk than you.
You don't drink a gallon. of tea,
No,
man, not that.
Probably
much.
half. Probably half a gallon.
Yeah. So I definitely outdo that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I drink a half a gallon of milk. I
Milk,
would have drank. I
man.
could have drank a half a gallon of milk while we were sitting here. Like,
I
easy.
wanted to
We
bring
want-
milk.
we were
I wanted
trying-
to
Yeah, I
bring
know.
milk as
Oh,
our
yeah.
beverage. Wes
But I
said
have
no.
to put it in the cup, and then I'd be sitting there refilling a cup like half of like. If I could just sit here with my gallon jug, it'd be
Yeah.
all right, but it'd have stickers on it, so I guess I could take the labels off. But we're just this is going too far. I didn't want to.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
You
Real
had-
quick, what's the most Canadian catchphrase?
Hey,
Hey,
A.
Oh,
I use it all the time.
Hey.
I use it in text messages.
I don't know if we said A today much. I don't know.
Probably.
I'm
not.
saying
I don't
y'all
know,
a
eh?
lot. Hanging down him, I say y'all every
Yeah, you
second
do.
word now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I wasn't gonna say
Yeah.
anything, but you
It's
brought
a
it up.
Y'all,
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
welcome to the South.
Yeah.
But then again, like where we are in, like we don't have super thick Canadian accents. I know people
Yeah, that's
in
fair.
different parts of Canada that are way worse.
Yeah, the more east you go, the more rowdy it gets.
Or north.
Or north.
Yeah, if you get
Yeah.
in the bush.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was a eventful one. That was 2 times as long as y'all got. But oh, anyways, I appreciate it. Don't forget we're almost 15K, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and
We'll get
don't
some of the
forget-
Canadian guys go hit that button.
Yeah. Go follow
Get some
them.
more merch orders. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. But that's it. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to come back every Sunday for a new episode. But see you guys next week.
See you
Yeah.
later.
Hell yeah.
Stacking way up to the ceiling. Trust no bitch, can't catch no feelings. I've been taking long flights from the Bay to Ibiza. Hit home runs, I'm a ball like Jeter. I just want fuck, then I leave her. I'm a young pop star, call the boy Justin Bieber. Got a little money if you want, I can teach you. Whole life a movie, you can watch it in theater. Stacking way up to the ceiling.